Then the game becomes really fun.
Yeah.
Yes. Unless you play against Sunjeev.
How long do you have to play a game to put it on the list?
5 minutes. Watching
Yeah.
the trailer.
That was when I was a kid, though.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like, I'm taking turns in this chess.
Yeah.
The game is €3
Yeah, still.
for a dopamine shot this big.
Yeah.
But I will play it with my son, I think, when he's old enough.
You better like what Papa likes.
No,
Yes,
but
this is how we used to play games.
And I finally got it. I finally beat your score, and I see Sunjeev like Steve popping up 5 minutes later. My score was
Better on the Switch than the Steam Deck.
He bought it twice and then he
But
played
is
it
it-
twice 1 hour.
but it's not exactly.
top 10 games.
And this is the UBERCraft podcast.
Yes. We know you have been waiting for a long time for this moment because the top 10s are the best watched podcasts that we have.
Podcast.
And this time we're doing it in English, and we have Sunjeev joining us.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious what you guys will have on your lists. Welcome to the best, the first, and the most successful podcast of the Netherlands.
We raised over
UBERCraft.
30% more listeners last year.
Oh, we got so much listeners. It's really great.
Some great growth.
New
Yeah,
subscribers, new likes.
Organic growth. It's
very
organic.
very organic.
Organic growth.
Yes.
It's viral. Yeah.
Cool.
Viral potential.
Cool.
So the UBERCraft
I agree with
podcast.
you,
What is your name, Jorrit?
My name is Jorrit Monné.
I am Dimitri Janssen.
I am Sunjeev Kumar.
My name is Madse Krivokutya.
And this is the UBERCraft podcast.
Yes.
With our yearly game reviews. This is like the top 10.
Top 10 games, but not the top 10 games that are released in 2022, but the games that we played in 2022.
For the first time.
For
and
the
like
first time.
previous years, we have the rule. So we just go in circles and name our number 10s. And then we count down to 1. If someone has that game on their list on a lower number, as in a
higher tier,
then we will wait discussing it until it is
Later, until it's
until
hit
later.
the lowest point.
Alrighty. I'm very curious about.
I think the main host, aka Jorrit Monné, can start.
Shall I start?
We shall start
You are the
with-
12 o'clock in the
with
clock.
a small disclaimer
Yes.
Yes.
that we've all worked on Horizon Forbidden West.
Yes, we did.
And all the blood, sweat, and tears that people put into that, we've seen up close.
Yes.
And we put a little bit of ourselves into that game as well.
And we also
So-
got extremely spoiled beforehand, before the game even released. So it is hard to judge it.
Yeah.
Since
Biased
we
is what
are
I'm saying.
extremely biased and we love our studio.
We all love
and,
it.
It's not. That's why it's not at least in our top 10s.
No, it's a special mention.
Yes.
That was the rule. We couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Although it
So we
would
don't have to.
officially be in my top 10, but because we
Yes.
worked on it.
And also, like, you don't pick like I think the best drink is my own drink.
Yeah.
Even though it's weird for us,
Yes.
since the best podcast is the
But that's fine. But that's the only exception on the rule.
okay,
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right,
the
let's-
podcast is our own, and Forbidden West Horizon is a shared brand. The podcast.
But
we
this
can
is also
s-
a shared brand. It's like
yeah, but we all agree that this is the best podcast of the
Yeah,
Netherlands.
that's true. That's
Yes.
true. It's like unanimous.
Yes.
Okay.
Great. Nice disclaimer.
All right, let's get started because it's gonna be normally like a long one.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's see. Maybe it's fast. Maybe it's short.
Yeah.
We don't know. All right. My number 10. My autocorrect made something very nice out of it. It said Gran Turismo 7. But it's
I don't
Gran
know what
Turismo.
game that is.
Because it's Gran Turismo 7. Does anybody have it on the list?
Yes, I have it on the list. I have it
Higher.
Higher
A
than
little
10.
bit.
Okay,
Or
or lower.
then we go to Dimitri Janssen.
I'll start with Return to Monkey Island.
I still need to finish that.
I haven't finished it either.
Oh,
but I haven't finished a lot of games this year.
Yeah, that I know.
Dimitri has a habit of
Just playing
buying
the intros of games.
buying a lot of games. Every week he buys like 2 or 3 games on Steam, and then
Play
he
them
plays
a little
1
bit.
hour, and it's like, oh, it's a great game, and then on to the next.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of how I roll. So same with this, but I really, really enjoyed it. When the trailers came out, I was kind of skeptic of the art style at first.
Yeah.
When you play it, it is very good.
Yeah, you recommended it to me. I played it on the Steam Deck, and I loved it, but for some reason, I don't touch my Steam Deck that much.
Did it run
Except
for you
for
on
another
Steam
one.
Deck?
Yeah, ran very well.
Very well, because I had troubles. So
Really?
I bought it on the Switch again. I double dipped.
It worked better on the Switch than the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
He bought it twice, and then he
But
played
it's
it twice 1 hour.
But it's not exactly. But it's not, and not graphically. It was just control wise.
Oh,
Because they
okay.
made the control scheme for the Switch.
So you played
intuitive.
2 hours of the game.
2 hours twice.
Did you also try other control configurations? on the
Yeah,
Steam
I
Deck?
did. But
Okay.
I bought it at launch, so maybe it might be better now.
I
Probably.
did like the controller, like
But
the
it's still
platformer.
it's like I want to point and clicks. I love point and clicks, so I want to give
Yeah.
money to people who make them.
Yes, for sure. And what's the other game? Tumbleweed Park.
Yeah,
was also
Tumbleweed Park.
really good. But I also at
Still
first
have
was
on my list.
kind of skeptical on the art style, but when you play it, it works insanely well.
Yeah, and the voice acting is great. The humor is great as always.
I don't know how they nail, and also for Tumbleweed Park as well, like the true old school aesthetic, and also like voice acting wise, and even the sound, how the voices are mastered. They sound like you're playing an old point and click.
Yeah,
What is the best thing, of course,
yeah, yeah.
for me
it's
as an old
classic.
guy. Yes.
Classic.
And the thing is, I'm just looking very forward to finishing it.
Yeah. Since
Same,
my,
I'm gonna pick it up again.
But it
later.
is a game like with a lot of point and clicks. I feel like you have to be in the mood to play those games.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want like responsive games that you're just
Yeah.
doing stuff and
And I once fired it up when my girlfriend Eva was watching, and she said, "Oh, I want to play this." So I then stopped completely until we are going to play it.
So you're never gonna play it anymore.
Yeah, we will. But we first have some series to watch, so
Ah.
it's just time.
Okay, number 10. That was my number 10. Over to Sunjeev.
My number 10 will be Ollie World.
Ooh, nice. Oh, that's the game that Madse finished in his attic.
In the attic, yeah. Well, because
I got a lot of high scores on my attic.
but his Wi-Fi is very bad there.
Yeah, so you don't see them updated.
So you don't see the scores. They're just in
I'm just the best, you know.
on your local only.
Yeah.
Sanjeev, what do you think of the tunes? on it?
Oh, I really love the soundtrack.
Yeah, soundtrack is
good.
great.
And did anyone else have you on the list?
Nope.
It's not on the list,
No,
but
I didn't know
Did
that it
enjoy
was
it.
2022.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I remember they came out at the start of the year.
Yeah.
And I really liked it, and I liked the whole the gameplay loop, the skating and stuff is really addictive. And along with the music and the visuals, I
Yeah.
liked the art style.
Art style was cool.
It was one of those games where I could just continue playing it because
Yeah.
I like listening to the music and then just playing the.
you get in.
Why
the
didn't we
zone.
see any gifts from that game?
I did. I made
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I think I remember as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
maybe
did
I'm
some because you had a replay mode in that game, and so you could do whatever you wanted, for instance, and then you could do the replay mode, and then replay the replay mode in slow motion, and then cut the normal stuff with the slow motion stuff. But yeah, it was. I really enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. I didn't get to play the TLC.
I didn't even know there was DLC.
It was
Me
the
neither.
TLC was quite big, and it's supposed to be really good. It's supposed to be like aliens and stuff, but yeah, I never got around to it.
Sheesh.
But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
Yeah.
Did you play the old Ollie?
Oh, the
Ollie.
game they made previously.
and PS?
That was just like a
Vita?
side scrolling, but didn't. Yeah, it was like
It wasn't a
pixel.
PS Vita.
It was like a pixel.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I just I think it was word of mouth.
Ollie, Ollie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I think it was cheap as well on Steam. So
Oh,
Pick it
really?
up.
Yeah, you played it later.
no,
No,
it
no,
was,
no
it
release.
was a full price game.
Ah, yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Bought it on PS5. Yeah. It was a fun,
Me on the
fun one.
Switch, and
Me on the Switch as well. I really enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it as
Good
well.
one.
Yes.
That was my 10.
Nice.
It's gonna be a hard one to pick up again though, because you just certain moves and stuff.
Yeah.
When I was
Nah, I
playing
think
it, I
it's-
just remember like
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
a few
so in the
minutes,
zone
few
and-
minutes, and then you'll get into it. I guess.
Yeah. Still, you have them special moves that you need to know, and it's, if you fire it up back again, I tried, it's just hard to get into. It feels like learning again. And
I did it like
don't
recently.
to
It
learn.
was pretty okay. Like flick and
You're
then
a very
rotate.
smart dude.
You're an insane, talented gamer.
Well, I thought you got the world records for the.
Yeah.
I got a high score.
I wasn't able to upload them. That's
No.
the thing, 'cause the Wi-Fi
That's
so
why.
bad.
That's why.
He said, I said, how are you liking Ollie World? And he said, it's kind of mediocre. I don't know. How much did you play? Yeah, a lot. I don't see. And I was checking. I was checking the high scores. I said, I don't see you anywhere.
But the thing I also said, I read it online, was it's like the Donkey Kong
Tropical Freeze.
minecart simulator.
Well, basically. Well, yeah, I can see it.
It has a
Yeah.
lot more depth than that.
Well,
Yeah.
for sure.
The tricking and stuff.
For sure. No, it was a fun game. Yes.
All right, Madse, you're number 10.
My number 10 is the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition.
Yeah, played it as well.
Yeah.
Did you have it on your list?
It's not on my list. though.
No.
Me neither. So,
but I had a hard time
tell me.
to complete my list anyway. So, but I still really enjoyed it because I also really loved the first Stanley Parable, and I think if you, it's hard to describe the game. Like,
Did you ever play Stanley
Yeah,
Parable?
I really enjoyed the. But that was a new version that came out last year.
Ultimate, yeah.
Yeah, I never played that. But I
Ultra
like
Deluxe.
the.
Donkey did a special, right? About the DLC. I would like the deluxe edition.
Which kind of spoils
Yeah,
a lot of stuff.
yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
it spoils a lot. Yes. The
Also,
entire
is
game.
it a lot different than.
It is actually you walk out and there's like there's a door that says new content.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
so I spent an hour. I just
Oh.
walked past the door. I spent an hour searching for new content because I didn't know it worked like
Yeah,
that.
at first you were kind of disappointed, like, oh, what's new about this game?
Exactly, because I couldn't find it.
Yeah. And there's a lot of new content, and I thought it was really well done, and it's just it's
The
a
thing
funny
is-
game.
Yeah, for sure. But the thing is, it doesn't have the surprise that the first one had.
No,
Not
but
even-
I didn't expect that.
No, me neither. But it's just
Yeah.
that's why it's.
Can you
don't know.
explain it in short for a person who's never heard of this game?
You are Stanley, who works at a boring office, and
You have a narrator.
narrator.
you have a narrator who describes every move you do, and everybody has disappeared from your office when you get up from your desk, and from there it goes, and you.
Yeah, I would say for me, like the cell is you get to a section where there are two doors, and the narrator says, "And Stanley took the right door," and then it's up to the player to decide what to do.
Yeah.
And the,
Trying
the
to
narrator,
outsmart
the narrator
narrator.
always reacts to
Yeah.
what the player does, even if the player thinks it's smart.
Even there's a
the game
point-
creators know what
There's
you're
a
gonna
point
do.
where you like very glitchy wise, you can get on top of a like a desk,
desk,
and
yeah.
then kill yourself. He's like, this must be a glitch, but then the narrator's like, oh yeah, you thought yourself you could kill yourself.
and then you're just in a white area, I remember, and then
So good.
yeah, it's a great game. It's an original game as well. It's the only game that does what it does. So yeah,
Very true.
very true. I liked it. I
All
loved
right.
it.
That's the first round. Well, my number 9 is probably on Sunjeev's list as well, so I probably can't talk either. But number 9 is Turtle Shredder's Revenge.
Yes, that's on my list.
You were right.
Okay, and Dimitri, over to you.
My number 9 is Kingdom 2 Crowns, Norse Lands expansion.
Did I play it this
Kingdoms
year as
too.
well?
Do you
I
know
don't
Kingdom
know.
2 Crowns?
No, I don't think I've.
It's like a tower defense game, but you kind of
Oh.
build your base as well. You can play it co-op. So I played it with my girlfriend and
Ah, you told me, yeah.
Oh, your wife?
my wife.
Yes.
Sorry, you're right. Still feels weird to say.
Secret marriage.
But we were on Aruba and we had a small kid, and every time he would take a nap, we were on fucking Aruba. We would go inside in the air conditioning and play Kingdom 2 Crowns together instead of going into the
shit.
pool and
Yeah.
into the sun.
Sheesh.
Which is so we were kind of addicted to
It's a
this
really good game.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never played it, right?
Nope.
We said a lot of
I
time.
know. Yeah, I still.
Yeah, you
Maybe
don't
I'll
listen.
pick it
You
up.
don't listen, huh?
I do listen, but I need to
You don't
find.
listen.
You're not listening.
So yeah, like tower defense, but also building your base.
When did
it's
it came
very
out?
addictive.
Last year?
I think I don't know. I just booted it up, or
I played it at first, I think, and then I said
store.
expansions are there. And
Exactly. Because we played 2 Crowns before we finished that, and then I saw there are loads of expansions. And this was like a paid expansion, so this was a bigger one. And they're doing a new one, like
with 80s aesthetic.
Yeah, 80s inspired. So I'm looking forward to that.
But they have an 80s soundtrack as well.
Yes,
Probably.
It's the art style is really nice.
Yeah.
It looks really good, and
Pixelated.
it's just addicting, insanely addicting. Yeah.
So over to you, Sunjeev, number 9.
Okay, my number 9 is Bayonetta 3.
Ooh. Is that on your list, Jorrit?
No, I had it on my long list for playing, but
What? You were excited for it.
It didn't. Yeah, I know. But it was too chaotic for me. Well, at least I didn't finish it. I was into it, but Bayonetta was like it was my. You want to talk first?
Yeah, yeah.
Talk about the positive.
Yeah, well, understand.
Is it on your number
9?
9?
Okay.
Yeah, understand the criticisms because from going from Bayonetta 1, I didn't play much of 2. It was disappointing because a lot of the combat was too much. Felt like big arenas, big monsters, and not as much like character action, which you can't expect from these types of games. But overall, once I beat the whole game, the story was disappointing. It wasn't very good. But then going back to it, and then because I like character action games a lot, I like to practice the moves and combos and get more depth into it. And I ended up really enjoying the replaying chapters and replaying boss fights and stuff like that, and getting more good at it. It's number 9, so it's not like in my top 5 and stuff. But overall, I still really enjoyed it, and I still put a lot of time into it. That's probably why it's in my top 10.
Yeah, my thing was like I was playing a lot of PS5 games, and then I booted up the Switch game, and then it's like the effects were like it was like this. Do you notice when you make a transparent GIF out of something?
Yeah, and
that
it's
it gets
blocky.
like the blocky, like with the rest are like the that's those
it's
are
a sprite.
This like
It's like a low res sprite.
But that was the dust particle. And I saw it like big ass in my huge screen and
You were playing it on your
and then like the areas were like big, but it was so empty. There was nothing to do, and it was all gray, and it was all like. And then you get into the combat. That's really nice, but it's like it's and then Bayonetta it's like so small. He's fighting this spider, and it's just like ADD terror, and it's fun because it's over the top. But it's like for some reason it's the first Bayonetta that I didn't completely finishing the streak.
Yeah, I think it makes it hard for you to get to the parts that are really enjoyable.
Yeah.
You have to put a certain amount of time into it and learn a certain amount of stuff.
Yeah.
To get to the meat of the game. Whereas with Bayonetta 1, it's just really, really good.
Bayonetta.
Can I ask you a question? Why didn't you play Bayonetta 2?
Well, because it was on.
Didn't you?
It was on. No, I played
A little bit, but not
a little
too
bit, but not much. Because it's on the Wii U. And a Switch.
After that,
And the Switch. I have it on the Switch.
And I didn't buy the Switch until like a year and a half ago or something.
You can borrow it if you want.
No, I've got a Switch now.
But the game you can borrow.
Yeah, I have it here.
I have it as well.
But yeah, I never really. It wasn't something I really got into too much.
Because I really
2 was
enjoyed,
good.
I enjoyed 2 way more than I did 1 personally.
But also, just like going around and checking like the a lot of people that do like combo videos and going through that stuff. A lot of them do put Bayonetta 1 over 2. Because I say it's much better combat wise than 2, and 2 is disappointing combat wise. So then it was a little bit. I kind of like I'll just stick to 1.
Yeah, I think also from what I've played from the games, like Bayonetta 1 was indeed more like a character to character, just the same size as you are essentially, and in 2 there's way more already like bigger set pieces.
There are, but I don't think the balance is so off as is in 3.
Yeah, but
I haven't
3
played
is,
3.
I do like the opening though with the ship and then
But
the car.
everything
and
I
then
saw in 3 was just huge, and Bayonetta 2 has a very good balance of character to character, and then the boss fights are big most of the time.
Yeah, because it probably would have been out of my top 10, but because I put so much time afterwards into it, and I ended up enjoying it more.
That's crazy though that you put in the time to get to the meat of the game, and that the like the combo system and stuff.
Yeah,
it's so good.
It's really good that you start enjoying it.
Yeah.
And then and plus obviously one of my a different game got bumped out as well on my top 10 list. So it kind of I was thinking whether it would make my top 10, but it's number.
We
9
have room
me.
for special mentions after the.
Yeah, but we already mentioned that game, I think.
Oh, and that game. Haha, I thought
You didn't know of the disclaimer rule.
Yeah, that's true.
beforehand.
Okay,
So.
fair point. Fair point.
But no, I liked it overall. It's
Nice.
still really good.
It was. I'm going to finish it.
Yeah, you were also kind of turning into a Dimitri as well, right? Just playing the intros.
I have to admit, yeah.
No. I don't agree with that because she finished 2 pretty big games.
That's true. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, that's true.
True. Okay. My number 9.
Yeah.
Stray.
Oh, really?
Really?
I need
my
to
list.
fill my list up. I need to fill my list
Damn,
up.
boy.
It's not the best game that I played, for sure.
It was good.
It was. I had fun with it.
It had a very nice moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, when you are at the Kowloon City kind of vibe,
The first part.
It's pretty,
The first
pretty in the
part.
beginning.
I really
That-
enjoyed it. It was
that-
simple, but it was
super cool.
It was
Yeah.
enjoyable. Yeah. And then afterwards, the game still feels emptier as you.
Because it was like first like a hub,
progress,
like and a very vertical as well, and then you get into basically a bunch of
And
corridors.
I kind of get it. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's a small game, right?
Yeah. True. It's just, I think it's a small studio, right? So
Yeah.
it's an indie game, and I really like the look of it.
Art style's great.
But
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
just, I was just disappointed that it hadn't more to it. It
Yeah,
was-
that's why it's not on my
But the
list.
length
Yeah.
length was nice. Like it wasn't that long. Like
It could have been shorter though.
Yeah.
that even shorter. Yes,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I really liked it when I first picked it up, but I think the novelty of the whole cat
Yeah.
kind of wore off a little
Yeah.
Yep.
bit. And then I was pretty much like, okay, yeah, it's a fun game.
But if you were a human in the game, then it would be insanely generic game.
no, obviously I'm not saying don't have the cat thing. I think that works for it.
Yeah, but that's what sells for
Yeah,
me at
that's
least
what
sells
sold
the
it,
game.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I was just like, I think the game was like 7-8 hours or something.
Yeah,
6 to
something
7.
like that.
67. But
Yeah.
I think it was after like 3 hours or so. I was a bit like, okay, I think
I had the same.
You
and-
have like really filler sections, like sections that just feel like.
I think the
filler,
sewers
Yeah.
were boring.
Yeah, sewers are boring. You have like the action set piece there with the eye things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just like the fetch quests essentially.
Yeah,
The small-
that's
small villages were cool.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, I get it, and the whole aesthetic is great.
Yeah, and I put it on my list since I wanted to have a top 10.
Yeah,
So
I get it.
Yeah, it's still a really good game.
Yeah, and Stanley Parable was before it, since Stanley Parable is essentially the same game that I already played. So, but with some extra content. But hey, that's why I put it on my list because I still enjoyed it.
Okay. Good point. Okay, we're over to number 8.
8.
And because I don't like talking, I'm gonna gonna put a game that you probably have higher, and it's Cult of the Lamb.
That's
I-
higher, yes.
I don't have it in my
I
top
don't
10.
have it.
What?
No.
Great.
Do you have it in your list, Madse?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm gonna shut up again, Dimitri.
Yes, poor Jorrit. Number 8 is Pentiment for me.
Still need to play it.
No, I haven't played it.
Yeah,
I'm
it's,
really excited, but I need to finish 2 games first.
What is
it's,
it, Dimitri?
Obsidian game, made by one of the creators of Pillars of Eternity as well, and Fallout New Vegas, Josh Sawyer. It's very interesting. It's you're a painter in I don't know what time. I want to say 1500s, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's like these medieval drawings that the game has, yeah.
It's the art style.
Art
It's,
style.
it's essentially a point and click, but it does play a little bit different than a regular point and click. And then it's kind of a murder mystery as well. And I don't know, I just like history, and it felt very true to history. So that's why I found it very interesting as well.
And there's fun conversations, right? Like choices and
Yeah,
whatever.
the writing is really good.
Yeah.
Writing is really, really good. Still haven't finished it though. So I have to finish it.
I figure, did you finish one game on your list?
I did.
Okay,
Okay.
great.
Yes.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really want to get back to that as well. But again, it's the same as Monkey Island, where it is the type of game that you just have to
Invest
want
in
to play. You have to be in the right mood to play.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of positive like word of mouth from the game.
It's super
When it came out.
original as
Yeah.
well. It's super nice.
I wonder,
if you,
maybe-
if you like that type of game, then
I know
you'll
Sunjeev
find
likes
it
to solve mysteries.
I want to ask
Me as well.
Is can I ask if a game is in his list? Is that a rule, or can I not?
No.
'Cause no.
Why?
No, because
What?
I wanted to talk about because he's talking about this game, but I was wondering, like, this title. Did you play this, or did you play Immortality?
I did a little bit, but that's the game I haven't gone far enough to really
same.
enjoy.
Same.
Okay.
But I thought it was interesting.
Oh, it's
but,
not on your list?
No, it's not on my
Okay,
list.
okay.
no.
Yeah,
But I was
yeah.
like wondering, like, I wanted to get into it, but I didn't
Some
make time
people
for it.
really, really liked
Yeah,
it,
exactly.
and
The idea is super nice.
yeah, super good, and I loved her story. The game he did, he had one game in between, but
Yeah.
the game he did before that. But Immortality is a game I have to pick up again.
Yeah, same. I will do it as well.
Just
Sunjeev.
My number 8 is a game that's already been mentioned. It's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
Yes.
Yes. I
you
really
can finally talk, Jorrit.
Yes,
Yes.
Sanjeev, let's
Yes.
talk about this game.
Or is it on Madse's list?
No, it's not on my list.
Okay.
It was free on, well, not free, it was on Game Pass, because Game Pass isn't free. But it was, for me, it was a reason to boot up my Xbox.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I bought it on Steam.
Yeah.
Me on Switch.
Oh, okay. You
And
bought it.
I
played
finished
this
it like in one go.
Oh, yeah, because I spent like a few days just playing through the whole game.
Yeah.
It's super addicting because it reminded me of another game which I really liked was the Streets of Rage 4.
Streets of Rage 4 is great.
Yeah.
But it was, I think it was in the previous list.
together.
Yeah.
You guys love this.
I had it in, I had it
but-
in the previous year.
But Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I liked it better because it had combat-wise, it had a bit more as well. You could do air combos and
Yeah.
each characters had their own special moves. And I thought visually it looked really good. The art
Yes.
style, the way
Yeah,
it's done.
I agree.
Music
The
was
animation,
great.
The music was great. And then just playing through a level is so addictive.
And then also, like, I just first I finished it twice actually. One solo, and then an online mode. And sometimes like 6 people,
Yeah.
and it's like boom, boom, total mayhem,
Yeah,
just with
'cause,
strangers, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, because I played it online as well. Because a lot of people saying, "Oh, you should play online," and so I played it online. And yeah, it's complete mayhem, but it's so fun. And then you got people doing like special moves, constantly doing
Yeah.
special moves, and people like grabbing stuff. But yeah, it's a really fun game.
But the combo wise, like that was most of my beef is with a bunch of 2D beat 'em ups.
Yeah.
I was playing Scott Pilgrim vs. the World recently
yeah.
again, but it's basically just like a light punch, a medium punch,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a jump kick or something. But Streets Rage 4 really got like the
Yeah,
special
yeah,
moves and then like more of like a Street Fighter combos and then
Yeah,
a
yeah,
rush attack, and then it really gets like more in depth. And this game had as well, so it brings
Yeah, because
brings back side-scrolling beat 'em ups.
yeah, it's really good, and you get stuff like you get wall bounces,
Yeah,
and you
that's
get
one.
air juggling and all that stuff. So then it's like, yeah, you could do like almost like like a fighting game moves.
Yeah.
when you're fighting the enemies.
It does feel like it's an evolved version of the old school beat 'em up.
Yeah.
Streets
Yeah.
of Rage 4
Yeah.
and this.
Yeah,
And Turtle.
you can
because
bounce it like
time.
tennis
Yeah.
between people.
Yeah,
Turtles in Time was way simpler.
Yes.
And it
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Moveset
The
wise.
evolved version
It's like
from
a-
that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. And then sometimes as well when you're playing online, it's like, like you were saying, like you could hit an enemy and then they'll go flying and someone will hit it back.
I hit it back like play
Yeah,
tennis
juggling.
with.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
And it also does get difficult as well when some of the boss fights. But it's really fun game. I really like.
Yeah, it was like a nice complete package, and then it's a realization of that it's nice to have Game Pass.
For me personally, it felt too repetitive. But it's also because I don't go into the combos that deep.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I saw like all these combos showing up, and I thought, oh, do I need to learn this stuff?
But that's fun.
It's fun, yeah.
For you.
Or else you only have a light punch and a heavy
but
punch.
I
and want to do
like
crazy
Turtles in
moves.
Time as a kid. I just wanted to play through the game just to enjoy the different scenery.
But then you could have done the Kawabanga package because they remastered it.
Yeah, all the older
All the turtle games.
But I like the
What's
games
the
back
name of
then.
it?
But now
Yeah.
I need to make time for games like that. But I will play it with my son, I think, when he's old enough.
But
Yeah.
then
I think
Shredder's Revenge is better than the old
Yeah,
ones.
Yeah.
I think it's bad because I did try to go back to one of the old ones and It felt limited after playing the new one.
But that's why he needs to play Turtles in Time first.
I played on my arcade cap recently, and I booted it up again after a year or so.
You better like what Papa likes.
No,
Yes.
but I just think...
Listen, this is how we used to play games.
I just think 2D games are easier to learn. Like you go move from left to right, and if you get into that... And you also... I really still like PS1 games and N64 games as well. They didn't really age that well.
On CRT, they still look great.
Okay-ish, but I really love the 2D pixel style way more.
It also depends on the art style as well. There's some PS1 games which I still like.
For sure. Like Metal Gear Solid as well. To me, at least, still has a style to it.
One game I really, really liked was Jackie Chan Stuntmaster on the PS1.
Yes.
I still play that game. It's so good.
Yeah,
So
you,
good.
you had a lot of sick moves in the game. Yes.
You could like pick up environments like fish and food.
Yeah, for
And then
that time it was...
Yeah. And then at the end of each level, you have to do like a Jackie Chan stunt, like where you're running away from a lorry and then you jump slow motion.
I even had
man,
a
I
Jackie
remember.
Chan game on the Super Nintendo. It was like a platformer. It's like a big head.
Oh, what?
Jackie Chan with a big hand and there's like platforming and he chops, kind of like Alex
Hey,
Kidd.
Kiers, you better find this footage.
Yeah, find this footage.
Find it.
For all the YouTube watchers.
There was a Jackie Chan fighting game as well, but it was like really, really bad. And I think it was
Like
Like
Shaq
Jackie
Fu.
Chan, like 1v1 fighting?
yeah.
Like a Shaq Fu.
Who are the characters? Jackie Chan, Jackie Chan.
Oh yeah. I saw that once.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was. I think it was on like the Mega Drive or something.
I saw it on the Angry Video Game Nerd did a special
it's
about
like-
it.
yeah.
Great.
Good stuff. Okay.
So it was Turtles.
Yeah, that was
that was Turtles. Madse.
Yeah.
How about
Yeah,
you?
it was yours, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so my number 8 is God of War.
Hey.
I have that one lower.
Ragnarok.
I have that one
Ragnarok.
lower as well.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna talk about it yet, and I'll give it to Jorrit.
We're already at number 7, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope.
Another game I have to invest more time in.
Does anybody have it?
I haven't played it. No,
Nope.
I've played it.
It's evolution
on your
of
list?
the
What?
Is it on your list?
No, it's not on my list because
What?
I want to keep it for maybe next year because I feel like
It's like an evolution of the first one. The first one was Kingdom something.
yeah.
Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Rush or something.
No.
Kingdom.
Mario Rabbids Just Kingdom. I don't know.
I don't know anymore. No.
Something Kingdom. But anyways, that was like it's kind of like a
Mushroom Kingdom? No.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. The Mushroom
Madse,
Kingdom.
you can probably Google it.
And then I'm doing
Anyways,
Kingdom Battle.
Kingdom Battle. Yeah, I think that's the one.
What is it?
Is
Yeah, I
that
think that's- I think,
seriously the name?
Yeah, it is.
I think it is.
Sounds
yeah,
stupid
yeah.
to be honest.
But then it was
okay.
like kind of like an easy version of XCOM, like a turn-based action game, but it had like a very clear grid with squares. And now it is a more organic world where you can literally walk around and then you can do jumps on each other and you can do special moves, team attacks.
It's essentially a different game in the same genre, which I thought was crazy because you can do like a sequel and you can just improve on the stuff you already have.
Yeah.
But they kind of reinvented themselves, which I find very
you can do like slides on characters, but the animations are great. It's funny.
Yeah, it's super good.
The music is great. The battles are challenging. My only beef is with the game is that sometimes you have a level where you get in pretty far, and then out of nowhere there spawn characters which you don't know of, and then you'll know like, oh, this is this weakness. But you have to die before knowing their weakness, so it's kind of like feels a bit.
Did you
cheap.
finish it?
No, but I got pretty far. I think I got in level 6 of 8, and I will finish it. But it's that's a really enjoyable game.
Especially if you like this genre, yeah.
Yeah, I loved it a lot. So that was my number 7.
Yeah, very good.
I'm just curious about Dimitri's list now. Since how long do you have to play a game to put it on a list?
I don't know.
Okay.
5 minutes. Watching
Yeah.
the trailer.
Because I remember Dimitri was really excited about this game, and I expect it to be on your list.
Yeah,
Just
but
watching the game.
Like I said, oh wow, my telephone says. Like I said, I feel like that if if I go back to this, I will invest more time, finish it, and then maybe it'll be on the next list.
Okay.
So that.
Dimitri, number 7.
God of War Ragnarok.
We had it higher,
list,
so...
Can't talk about it yet.
Can't talk
about it yet.
My number 7 is GT7, Gran Turismo 7.
Oh,
you're the
Yes.
Yeah, I played it as well.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I've always liked.
Is it on your list though?
No.
Yeah.
I liked it,
Yeah.
but
I've always liked Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
So I've been a fan of racing sims.
Yes.
You know, since forever. So
what you started off with your
yes,
internet social influencer career
because
as
of
well,
Gran
right?
Turismo 5.
Yes.
Ah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like Gran Turismo. And Gran Turismo Sport, it was a massive focus on the online stuff. A lot of single player and that kind of stuff got put on the wayside, which was good because it helped them build up the whole online aspect. But then GT7 got more back into like the old school way, like the cafe stuff. I really enjoyed.
I really loved it.
Yeah. It was very cool, like going through each menu and doing the different stuff.
I just wanted to walk around there.
Yeah, it's really cool as well.
And then the special mode, like, just like putting Amsterdam and then just having your Mini Cooper drive around there. And then those kind of things, those I loved. And the collecting as well. And I got a steering wheel for the first time.
But that was also in sport, right?
Which was a lot of fun.
Well,
that you could choose a like environment and drive a car. in.
Yeah.
Now it has 4,000.
That was like the escapes. But they obviously done it a lot more in GT7.
Okay.
But they didn't really have a single player. It was pretty bad.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't like sport
Yeah.
that much because I used to like the single player.
Yeah,
more,
but this
yes.
one, you had that more feeling of the car collecting stuff.
Yeah.
There's still plenty of issues I had with the game. But
Yeah.
overall, I did spend a lot of time with it because I really enjoyed the driving and stuff like that.
And I kind of like that they forced you to, if you want to play the single player at least, force you to get some knowledge on the cars that you will drive.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's cool.
You could tell like the game is made by car enthusiasts.
Car fetishists.
Fetishist.
Yeah.
That's the right
I love
word.
that you said enthusiast.
Fetishist.
Yeah, but this goes on the level of fetish.
But also like historians as well because they go through like the history of
that's
each
cool.
car and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So it's really cool. You get like history lessons and stuff like that. But yeah, and then the training mode they got back as well, which is I really like where you're doing all the
driving lessons.
The driving lessons.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Not
getting
a
gold
big
and
fan
stuff.
of the driver's lessons, but
I love it and hate it at the same time.
yeah, that's the
It
thing.
can be
like,
frustrating.
Some things are like so specific, and it's
Yeah.
like
I think
can't go
when you have a
continue.
steer and the pedals,
Yeah.
if you have a setup like that,
Yeah.
it's way more understandable to play. The,
Yeah.
Jorrit has a steering.
Yeah. But some is like
Okay.
one is like a corner where you have to like slowly drift, and then
Oh,
like because I'm normally an arcade racer, but then you have to like really.
They need to treat it like a real car.
And then you need to
Yeah.
feel it. And then,
but
But for me, it was the first time since Gran Turismo 2 that I felt like collecting cars again. And Gran
Yeah.
Turismo 2 is my favorite one ever
Yeah.
because I was a
Mine as
student
well.
and I had a lot of time, so I could just basically collect every car.
yeah, Gran Turismo 2 was the
Gran Turismo
reason
2 was
I
great.
got a PS1 because someone
Yep,
had a,
on PS1.
Yeah, because someone had a Gran Turismo 2 and they were showing me the game. Like, oh, this game's so cool. And then it was like, since then, I really wanted a PS1 for Gran Turismo 2.
Which game had the cardigans track in there?
Then it's
Gran
Gran
Turismo
Turismo 2.
2.
Yeah, okay, that's the best Gran Turismo.
Yeah, exactly.
Best in 12.
My favorite game.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the best Gran Turismo.
But I think then after Ace Pack on PS2,
Yeah.
that was nice. And then afterwards, I kind of lost it, didn't play
Yeah.
sports. And now I was like, let's try it again.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it a lot. But
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. There were some stuff which I was disappointed in. Because one thing which Gran Turismo has been known for, like with a lot of previous games,
Yeah.
is the soundtrack.
Yeah.
But the songs in 7
damn.
were like so...
some classical house beat or something like what is it called? The music battle. And then it's like a Vivaldi with a kick. And then,
Yeah.
That stuff was cool.
It was like, what the hell is going on?
But there's a lot of stuff where like it didn't feel as much soundtrack wise as previous games.
You had one with Idris Elba featuring someone vroom 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 vroom.
That was
vroom,
cool.
But you can also just fire up your Spotify on your PS5.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
but,
I did as well.
And
but
then load the Gran Turismo 2 soundtrack.
that's what I did.
No,
That's what I did.
Yes.
no, but the thing is, you also discover music
Yeah.
through the soundtrack, which you don't get.
But it was like a very mild, like there's only like
Yeah.
20 songs or
It was
so.
a-
Yeah.
So I exactly did that, like the Gran Turismo 2 soundtrack.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I still find it that there was too limited amount of cars
Yeah,
and
especially
old
the
cars. Everything
old
till
cars.
2018. There's no newer car than 2018.
Yeah, because that's
or
one
19
that's
maybe.
one thing I did miss with the older games. You used to get a lot of old cars, like
From the
from the
concept
90s
cars,
and stuff.
yeah.
But you still get a bunch of them,
Yeah.
like in this game. But there's not much. But it just takes too long, I think, for them to make a car. I think it takes 6 months or something to model one car because the amount of detail to put in it is crazy.
Sheesh.
Um,
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah.
But then again, like Forza Motorsport does have a lot of cars, and they also look very good.
But they outsource as well. Whereas
Yeah, but
digital,
outsourcing is allowed.
I know, yeah.
And I think, at least for Gran Turismo, in comparison to Forza it's not Forza Motorsport, it's Forza Horizon.
But Forza Motorsport is coming up.
Yeah, it's coming up
Yeah,
now.
but Horizon
they-
also got a lot of.
Yeah, and they got a lot of cars, but also those cars are really arcadey.
But they
Horizon.
look
In
great.
Horizon.
They look great, but like
Yeah.
in Gran Turismo, they also
They
make
drive
sure that
like,
every car
fair
drives
point,
like the real life counterpart.
But Forza Motorsport, the new one that recently got announced,
Yeah.
they do claim that they have more cars with, including that like the realistic driving.
yeah, but they were. When did the last Forza Motorsport came out?
It was 7, like a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
But the thing is,
But when did the other one come out? Gran Turismo.
yeah, and the thing is like
Six.
the new Forza Motorsport, they're doing like a dynamic time of day and weather and stuff like that. When Gran Turismo already got all that.
The thing is, Forza's is doing really well.
Yeah.
Like, even with the,
Oh, yes.
the Forza Motorsport. So I think it's just Gran Turismo always was the king, but they have like fair competition now.
It's not like I don't think it's like which one's better. It's they're both really good.
Yeah.
it's just which vibe do you
yeah.
want? Do
And
you
I-
want the car fetishist vibe,
Yeah.
which I
Yes.
really
No, no.
love? Like,
You want to
Yes.
smell the coffee in the
Yes.
forest?
Yeah.
No,
Where you
but
see-
that's the thing with Gran Turismo. You get like the coffee shop.
Yeah.
You get the jazz playing, which is
Yeah.
like a lot of time I just leave the menu on because the jazz
Yeah,
music
it's
is
a good
so,
tune.
it's pretty
Big
cool.
tunes.
You know, yeah, it's like
it's
really
just
fun,
a
you know.
Japanese version.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
It's
It's
just like
very
you have
Japanese,
FIFA and Pro Evo,
Pro Evo,
as
yeah.
well. You had those.
Yeah.
But
eFootball.
like Pro Evo was the really, if you're really
Yeah.
into football, you would play that one, and if you just like football, watching it, it's a
Yeah, but
different
that
game,
changed.
different
But
vibe.
that changed a lot.
Yeah, that
last
changed a
years.
lot.
FIFA's like king for years already.
Who says that to you?
Everyone.
Okay, I only know other.
I think PES lost
PES
its edge
has
at
stopped.
2000.
Yeah. Well, they became
Jasper
the whole-
Staal, if you will listen to this, please
Yes.
reach out to Jorrit.
Yeah.
International Superstar Soccer.
Yeah, well,
That's the shit.
thing is, Pro
I agree.
Evo is probably the longest running franchise I've played because I played it every year since the ISS on the PS1,
Oh.
and then Pro Evo on the PS2, and then all the
Oh yeah, that's
PS5.
true. I think FIFA
But-
was like 95, 90 maybe. Now FIFA's also
I
very.
but-
played
thing-
92 FIFA, maybe even.
Yeah, but one thing Pro always
old.
had over FIFA was the FIFA had all the licenses, but Pro
Yeah.
Evo, the gameplay was always
Yeah.
much better. But the last 3 years I haven't really played. So
Van Bauzen.
yeah.
Play Van Bauzen en Van Nistelrooy.
Oh yeah, the orange team used to be.
I always liked the Dutch commenters and FIFA. It was
Swag.
Yuri van Gelder and
Yuri, yeah.
the other guy I don't know anymore.
Juri Mulder.
Evert ten Napel. No.
Alright.
But yeah, which
Gran
number were we
Turismo
were?
7.
We ended up
number
at
7.
yeah, Gran Turismo 7-on-7.
Sheesh.
Sheesh. Mine is Judgment.
Ooh, I
Didn't
got,
finish it yet. That's why it's still.
I got it on
higher
number
up.
11.
Oh,
Ooh, I haven't started it.
I finished
but
it.
I
It was
bought
great.
it because of your
yeah,
rating.
yeah.
but
It's
I haven't
it's
started
it's a
I
fun
love it.
game, but I just got lost in another game, so I still are gonna finish it. But that's why I put it a little bit higher, since I need to really get into.
It's
the
like a
story
more
stuff.
serious version of the older Yakuza games, like Yakuza 1 till 6.
Yeah,
And then with like a murder mystery, it's kind of a little bit of Ace Attorney in it. Phoenix Wright.
Yeah, some kind.
And it actually, since Yakuza Like a Dragon went into turn-based, so they took it over. Like this is more the arcade style
fighting, the
Brawler.
brawler,
fighting and hundreds of mini games and weird characters. And super. It has a more serious vibe than the Yakuza games.
Yeah, I think it continues on the you still have the city side quests, and I think it just continues what Yakuza kind of did, indeed, with different character, and of course there's you're solving cases like
And a
murder
drone.
cases, and there's more drama involved.
Drone races.
Yeah, you have drone races. You have what kind of mini games do you? I don't know anymore.
Drinking with a drag queen in the bar, and then
not got to that yet.
okay, nice.
Spoiler.
Great. But
It's like
it's a really fun
100
game. I'm
side
definitely
missions.
gonna finish it, since I always just love to be in Kamurocho,
Yes.
where all the Yakuza games take place mostly.
I
So.
I also don't mind that they copy paste the city, say like since Yakuza 1. they
No, it
just
feels like you're visiting the
upres it.
same neighborhood
Yeah, yeah.
once again.
Yeah,
See what happens in.
But it
this,
never
this
gets
year.
old. Never gets old. So
Yeah.
it's basically copy pasted up-res a bit of the textures and go.
Yeah, change some shops.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they always do a great job on the story, I think, and also the cinematics for it as well.
Yeah.
I don't know how they managed to poop out all this
It
quality.
actually gets really nice. Like the story was actually really
Yeah.
nice in this one.
Yeah, it already was, but another game came out that took my time. So.
Yeah. All right.
Warzone
Great.
2.
Nice. Number 6. You probably have it very high in your list. Vampire Survivors.
Number 6 is Vampire Survivors. Also for me.
Well, I've
Not
got
for
it-
me.
I've got it on my list, but
You don't get it on your list?
I've got it on my list.
Oh,
Yeah, sure. Hey.
of course.
And no, Sunjeev doesn't have it on his list. I don't see him playing anything other, but
Yeah,
it's,
exactly.
yes.
Okay, Sunjeev, what's on your number 6?
Oh yeah, you both had it on number
Yeah.
6. Oh, okay. My number 6. I have to see if I can count. Is
Yeah.
is
So I put numbers next to it.
oh yeah, that would help. Is Neon White.
Ooh, I got that higher.
You got a higher. Okay.
I don't got it on my list.
You don't have it?
What, Madse? What is
What?
this?
Because I just played the first 10 levels.
It wasn't good
I
enough.
know, what is
And
this?
Sanjeev got me completely irritated with
Obliterated.
always beating my score. I always
Let's
thought,
talk,
no,
about
I
this.
got it.
Let's talk about this
Yeah, yeah.
in a few moments.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, since it's you describe the game, please. Because
No,
Wait, no.
I have it
Oh,
higher.
oh,
on my
you have it
list.
higher on your
Yeah,
list.
yeah.
Okay, sorry, Dimitri. I didn't really.
Number
get that.
6, Madse.
Number 6 is it's a really good game. It's Warzone 2.0. Call of Duty Warzone 2.0.
Wow.
Action game.
I ate 2 menus to get those skins. 2 Burger King menus.
Yeah, you gifted me a Burger
Yeah,
King
exactly.
skin.
I gained
Burger
a few
King
kilos
operator.
just to serve you.
Burger Town operator.
Burger Town with a nice mustache and a Burger King shirt.
But I guess if people listen to this podcast and they play games, they know what this game is. It's a really, it's a battle royale shooter, Call of Duty. I don't know really.
It's the first time it's on the current gen platform.
That's
'Cause
true.
It was never like a PS5 or Xbox Series X version.
Yeah.
Have you tried playing a PS4 version of this game?
No,
It doesn't hold up well
really. Yeah, but
How do you know?
because I played it on PS4.
What?
Oh.
Oh,
not,
yes.
even, not even PS4 Pro, like a normal PS4.
Yeah, that was a
Wow.
normal. It was at New Year's Day at my sister's.
Oh.
They were playing it, and I was like, "This looks weird." It looks very, very just scaled down.
There still was a lot of pop because I played it 2 days ago with you. and
I
it's
don't.
like,
I don't really notice it. Like the stuff that you
I
said.
sometimes like, hey, what's that? Is that a guy? And then I zoom in and it's a boop. It's like a texture pop, and it's like, oh, damn.
Yeah, sometimes the lot distance.
Yeah, lot,
distancing.
exactly.
It
Have you played the previous Call of Duties?
no, only Warzone, the
Okay.
first Warzone.
So why is this one so good?
I think it just plays better,
Yeah.
feels better. And why is this one so good?
I think the
Because-
first Warzone was also on his list, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh,
Warzone 1.0
The thing
is on
is,
number 1.
I think if you have a group of friends that which you play it with, that makes it fun. I wouldn't really enjoy it on my own.
I could literally
I like the team play in it and just having conversations and just it's what you said today. It's like a phone call with your friends and just having some fun.
But I'd rather play Shredder's Revenge with 3 friends.
No.
That's kind of the question, right?
Yeah.
I would do.
Is it truly, because I feel like your game it's pretty high. It's a 6.
Yeah. I have a lot of fun with it.
So the game must be good as well.
It is. I just like the battle royale concept, anyways. But I like, for example, like PUBG, the game and how it's done. I like it better. But to play PUBG on the PS5, for me, it doesn't really work well. It doesn't translate how it feels on the PC. So this game does a good job having the same kind of gameplay, but you can also play it with a controller on your couch. So
I'd rather. I do like the call and the social aspect that you call with your friends, but then I'd rather play a different game like
for Shredder's Revenge, for example, it would be too much of like you're just constantly going and in this game you also just get to camp, at least I do, and sit on a building and just wait and go with the sniper and wait for people to pass by and just have a talk. And the best thing that they added to this Warzone, this is why it's way better than the first Warzone, is because you have open mics now. You can talk to anyone in the game.
proximity chat.
Proximity chat, that makes it way better.
Do you do any online characters then when you're playing?
Yeah. But
Can you do a few?
No, I just recently learned that it doesn't really hold up in real life.
The loadschieters.
You can watch our streams. If you're
Where?
easily offended, I wouldn't recommend it. But it's on. How do you? It's really
It's called the loadschieters, right?
Yeah,
It's based
our
on
clan is called.
on Kuukse legend Load the Cloot. A little shout out to him.
It's a loadschieters because in Dutch a loodgieter is a plumber. Doesn't hold up in English, but a loodschieter is a lead shooter. And
It's a fun play of
it's
words.
a very
Sanjeev.
fun
Okay.
play of words
Yeah,
if you're
okay.
Dutch. But what can I say? I just love to play it, and a shout out to the loadschieters. Yes, for sure. Petje low.
Yeah.
Swag Lord. Very,
All right, that was number 6. Over to number 5. So you probably have it on your list as well. Sifu.
Yes.
Sifu. You
I got it on my list.
Okay,
It's
I want probably higher than 5. Or we can. If you have it on 5, we can talk about it. So Dimitri, over to you.
My number 5 is Spire.
Pyre.
Pyre.
Pyre. I think I've heard of it.
It's not a 2022 game. 22,
Ah.
20, that was correct. That was but it's the people that Supergiant Games that did Hades,
Hades, yeah.
Bastion.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
Which
now I know
game?
what it is.
What was the game after Bastion? I knew. Transistor, right? Yeah, and then they did Pyre, and then they did Hades. So Pyre is like a sports game slash. I don't want to call it not a dating sim, but more story driven. You just with characters and that kind of stuff. And at the beginning of those games, I always have. Are they gonna make me care for these characters? And they did eventually, really quickly. And when I finished it, they do a very cool thing at the end as well that I don't want to spoil if anybody ever wants to play.
I may be playing it.
It's super, like the setting is so original. I would love it like an animated TV show. This super good. I really, really enjoyed it.
Nice.
Nice.
Great.
Sanjeev, number 5.
My number 5 is Ragnarok.
Hey,
God of War, Ragnarok.
I have it
Higher on your
a bit
list.
higher, a bit higher.
Okay. So
It's funny how this just goes.
My number 5 is a game that Dimitri had on his list last year. I think last year. Inscription. Yes. It's that's why I put Warzone a little bit lower as well. I played way more Warzone, but Inscription is like one of the most original indie games that I ever played.
And you're not even gotten to the meat of the game yet.
No,
which I feel is
because I
funny.
fucked up my save game.
I know.
Nice.
I need to start anew, but still, I played a lot of hours already. But
But I know where you are.
yeah,
Some surprises along the way. That's what I'm
so
trying to say.
that's and I already have been surprised as well in the game. So it was just really fun to play. It's a card, what do you call it? Card battling game, and also sort of escape room vibes it has to it. It's hard to describe it. How would you describe it, Dimitri? This game, I don't know.
I started playing, but I only played 10 minutes.
It's very hard to describe it.
Yeah,
but the basics are a card game, but they switch things up constantly. And they they know very well that they're making a game, so they're doing some meta stuff as well.
Yeah,
and it's just constantly surprising.
Yeah.
And, can't wait till you play further, to be honest.
Yeah, I, mean, I might after I'm playing 2 long games now, but after I finish those, I might just do this one quick because I already know all the
you know the beginning.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes. Play it.
That was the number 5. Then we're going to number 4, and that is Cuphead, the delicious last meal. Content.
Delicious last.
Content? What?
C. It's something begins with a C.
No, it's meal, right?
No,
course.
Course. Yeah.
Course.
Jeez.
Of course.
Course is the last
course.
Took a long time to develop this. I was officially was supposed to come out in 2019, I think. DLC, but it took way more. And
why was that? Do you know?
Because they didn't want to overwork and
okay.
And there's a lot of animation work.
And drawing stuff.
Basically, it's on the same quality as the main one. Like, and I love the stuff that is like modeled from clay and then filmed and then hand animation.
What's the size of like length?
5 bosses.
So the first game was 12.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are like you go to a different island and then there's like a salt shaker. Like you need to get some foods for the delicious last course, and then you beat a bunch of bosses. But it's really fun and always the animations are cool and whatever happens. So it's first like you see like a rat that turns into a mouse and it turns into a robot. That kind of stuff. It's
in
really
what way was it improved upon the first Cuphead?
Do you play as a different character?
It's basically just more of it.
Yeah.
It's nothing like better. And you have Chalice. That's like actually an easier character because she has like a dash move.
Oh.
And so you have one number, but it's basically just just like more levels. And they're so high quality. Even if you don't want to play it, look at a playthrough because it's that much fun, like with animations and the cool stuff that's happening. So you have like one cow that turns into, if you shoot it, turns into a sausage that turns into a sausage factory, and the factory goes into a barn, and then it just escalates really weird. And it's I would, if you don't want to play it because it's hard as fuck.
Finish it?
Yeah, I finished.
Of course you did.
Of course I did.
Did you platinum it?
No, but I'm working on hard now, so I finished everything on easy.
Did you? How many games on your list did you platinum? Because I know you're.
Yeah, you were a platinum.
On this one, only one, but I will do number. I will.
You're getting old, Jorrit.
Yeah.
You're getting old.
Yes, I am.
Are you in a relationship now?
That is true.
Okay.
But Cuphead was great. If you're not going to play it, then at least take a look at it. It's good fun.
Okay.
Cool.
Number 4.
Number 4 is Neon White.
Neon White.
So,
Sheesh.
I really enjoyed this game, and I was playing it, and I really wanted everybody
What is the game?
to join.
What is the game?
This game is it's like a speedrun game. It's like speedrun.
Yeah.
It's a time trial game essentially, but it's very original in the sense that I love that most of the courses are short. You get cards. With those cards, you can shoot. You need to kill all the enemies in the level. But those cards, what are guns, also have a second ability like a dash or a jump or whatever. And you have to find the fastest route to do that.
And they're placed also like on
the
certain,
map. Yeah,
on certain places on the map. Yeah.
Yeah. And I really, really enjoyed this. So I got Sunjeev to play it as well. I wanted Madse to play it. I wanted Jorrit to play it. Jorrit didn't want to play.
Yeah, since
Madse
you can
joined in
look at each
essentially.
other's scores, right? The time trial scores.
Then the game becomes really fun.
Yeah, it was
Unless
really
you
fun.
play against Sunjeev.
It was fun for a time. Yes.
I just remember, it was really fun playing against Sunjeev, but at one point I couldn't keep up because at one point I remembered sitting on my bed for an hour and a half, raging on one level, and I finally got it. I finally beat your score, and I see Sunjeev like Steve popping up, playing Neon White. 5 minutes later, my score was beat.
Yeah.
But no, I did really like the game, and I liked because it wasn't always there was a lot of back and forth with the levels and stuff.
Yeah, especially in the beginning.
Yeah,
but
really,
at one point, I just
but no,
keep up.
it's really addictive as well. It's really fun trying to find the fastest route and stuff, and especially if you're playing against other people as well, trying to beat time and stuff.
You were top 200, right?
Oh no,
At
on
that point.
on the first level,
Yeah.
But
Hardcore.
Yeah.
But because once you load one mission and you get a faster time, even though you get faster time, you just want to keep going until you get, because you could shave like a tenth of a second off, and then even more tenth of a second off. It's like a similar feel I used to get with ages ago with like racing games like Gran Turismo 4. I used to play that, where it's like you're shaving off the time every lap. But yeah, it's really, really, and I like the art style was pretty cool. I liked it as well.
Art style.
I had a beef with that.
Original.
I had a beef with the story, and for me it felt like Persona from AliExpress.
What?
The
It's
neon
nothing
white.
like Persona for me.
No, but like the art style and-
anime inspired. That's the
No,
only
but
thing
like
I
with
can say.
the black stripes, and then like the quirky visuals that Persona 5 has.
Persona 5 doesn't have quirky visuals, right?
Like all those if you have a level, you complete a level, like it's
sure, it's stylish, but
Yeah. But I felt like
every
it
game
was-
that does that is a Persona 5 ripoff.
no, but I felt like it copied it too much, and then the story was shitty, and like I had some of the dialogues, and I was like, well, what the hell?
So
is
now you
this?
care about stories in games?
No, I wanted to play like single player, like I wanted to finish it on my own, but
nah, you were just
no. You
No,
were
I was-
afraid.
I wanted to play.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny that a colleague of ours, Lamine, was also saying, "Yeah, you check your score. I've beaten you." And then I would check his score, check my score. He was like, "No, check your score." And I checked, and even Jorrit beat one of his scores.
Jorrit.
Exactly. I played like a few levels, exactly. But I know I wanted to go through it first. The idea was I wanted to play it first, the whole campaign single, and then I wanted to join like the time trials. But I was so annoyed by the story and by like the art style.
I did the completely opposite. I just played the first 10 levels to
Sunjeev
try
as
and
well.
beat you guys.
I didn't even do the cutscenes. I was just skipping the stuff.
Maybe that's the way to play it.
And
That is the way to play for
yeah.
sure. We told you though.
Yeah, you don't listen because you were
I don't
scared.
know why, but you didn't want to join.
Yeah, you just
Yeah,
he
at
was
the
just
time.
scared. He tried the game, and I saw him playing, and I was, and then he thought, okay, I will be beaten in this game. I'll stop it.
Because I would have had like a mouse and keyboard for it to have that, and then yeah.
Why? We are playing all with
Because- no,
controllers.
but-
Controllers,
yeah.
Yeah, so are you playing?
Yeah,
it all?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All my
Yeah.
at work.
Yeah, maybe like could have done it, but I didn't feel it.
It was just
I just thought it was great, and I
No, I
really
can
wish.
do different competitive games, but I just didn't like.
I really wish they will. I really wish they would do DLC with shorter levels because
the longer levels I didn't really like because it
I got
made the
to
time
mission-
trying rough.
I got to mission 8 and then the levels are way too long.
Okay.
You can like the first 3-4 chapters
Yeah.
are good, but after that the levels become a bit too long for me. I just loved that
the
small
quick,
burst,
yeah.
you know?
Because you're insanely focused when playing as well. It's like
And just restart, restart.
Yeah, and I think there was a good like few weeks or so where you just every day you just playing the game.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool. So it's like
And that's what, for you the story and quirky visuals ruined it, but for me Sunjeev ruined the game.
What?
Yeah, because he was always just. I always had the same thing. I was like trying my best every evening to get. I get the score in, and then next day I would come into the office at the studio and I see. Okay, I beat all of your scores. Fuck. Okay.
But the thing
No,
is,
it's great
it
though,
wasn't by a lot though. It's all
Yeah,
in,
yeah.
But even the 10th of a second was like insanely hard to reach.
Well, that's the thing. At the end, like a tenth of a second
Yeah.
is huge.
Huge. Even a hundredth of a second, right?
Yes.
when
I
to-
remember that first level. I've tried so
Oh, the
many
first
times.
level.
I never. I don't understand. I think you even got a better score than me at that
Yeah,
level.
I think so as
probably.
well. I tried my best to even be at the last bit that I was playing. I was just trying to beat Dimitri.
Yeah,
To be
But
at least the number 2.
It still works. It still works.
That's
Yeah, I
good.
really like the game.
Yeah,
Cool.
it was good,
All right.
but it's
Okay.
not in my top 10 because of Sunjeev beating me.
Matze, what was your
You're
number
so petty.
4?
No, it's
Oh, wait,
Sunjeev.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
My number 4 is Sifu.
Hey.
Then I can quickly grab a beer and you talk about it.
Sifu.
Okay.
Well, you might well go ahead because you had a few games which you couldn't talk about because I did on my list.
Yeah, that's fair. Sifu, where to start? It's a very hard game to get into. If you don't literally, if you haven't played it, you'll die a lot. But once you get into it, you feel unbeatable. It's basically a game where you start as a 20-year-old dude and you have to fight through 5 levels, I think, or 6. 5 or 6.
I think it's either one.
5 or 6. Anyways, every time you die, you age. So you get older and older. So, but the older you get, the more stronger you get. But the key is to get finish the game before you die. So before you're in your, I think 70.
Yeah, every time you die, you age.
Yeah.
Your character gets stronger, but you get weaker as well.
Yeah, your health gets.
Wait,
Yeah, it gets
wait. Yeah, stronger in your punches
Yeah,
do more
yeah,
damage,
yeah.
and weaker in your health
Health,
where it
yeah.
decreases.
And also, like some of the specialties you only have at a young age. Let's say your durability or your.
That's actually a very good concept. I didn't
Yeah.
even know that Sifu had that.
It's pretty cool. Then you unlock stuff when you die as well.
Yeah.
You can select certain abilities to use as you continue. But yeah, it was really, really fun.
It's so
The
cool.
Combat
Yeah.
is so cool. You have like a dodge button, you have like a block, and then you can parry.
You have a high and low dodge, and you have like you can literally throw people away. You can.
How is it different from different brawlers?
It's really
As 3D walking through, you have
Yeah.
environment.
Yeah, but you have 3D
It's like a
brawlers as
dance.
well, right?
It's almost like a dance game, almost as well. Like you have to think about like where you're positioning the characters, and then there's like a table here. You throw someone on the table, and there's a guy. You dodge him. You grab a ball. You throw it there. It's kind of like John Wick. It's kind of like
The
John
game.
Wick. John Wick, the game almost.
So,
And you have
it's a way more timing than like
Yeah.
a Shredder's
yeah.
Revenge.
No,
or-
yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
You could time, you could parry, you could dodge, and you could basically do your own like fight scenes.
Yeah.
And the way the choreography done, and the moves and everything, and the way the enemies react.
super stylish as
It's very
well.
stylish, yes. And
Sounds and then there's like an old boy reference. There's like in the first level,
Yeah,
you
I
have
saw that,
like a
yeah,
side
for sure.
one. But it's, if you rush in it and you start mashing, you will die.
Yeah, so if you play it as a regular
you
brawler,
will
you'll
definitely die. You need to like tactically, and that's why like I one time we were drinking, and I said to Kiers like, oh, you can play it, and then it's like he was totally molested in the first level, and I played it was like clock blocking, and then once you get the hang out of it, you get better and better, and then you feel like a god, like literally like a kung fu master. Like
yeah,
come
you
this,
finish
blop,
it,
blop,
Jorrit?
blop, blop. Yeah, I'm working now on the peaceful version. Like you kill, like the idea is I think your dad was killed and then you wanna get revenge.
yeah, that's the basic story. And then you have bosses as well at the end of each level, and the bosses are
Bosses
pretty
are
cool. as
very
well.
cool.
Very cool bosses, and they have their own unique moves.
Yeah.
And unique fighting styles as well. And then stuff you can learn as well. Like for some bosses, like if they're full projectiles, you have moves where you could
Catch
parry
them
or
and throw
catch
again.
them for it back.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really, really.
But in the end, you find out like revenge is not the option. Like it's not the purpose. So
Answer,
you go back and then you fight the bosses, but you keep blocking them. So you don't attack them. Click, and then they're like they
they give up.
disrespected. Then they give up.
yeah, you could do mercy on the bosses.
Then you have-
but
yeah.
you can only do that if you don't finish them, basically.
Yeah.
Oh,
But it's
and-
hard to not finish them sometimes.
But the game has a lot of cool finishes as well, because every time you like,
Oh, man.
it's similar like Sekiro, where you have like a posture thing. So like when you hit an enemy, and then they get to a certain point, but then the finisher comes up, and there's like so many different finishes, the weapon finishes, environmental finishes.
It's like the coolest kung fu movies that has all those things in it. It's really cool.
Another game I will play for 2
And
hours.
you feel like that's the thing. Like you literally, that's what I love of this game. Like once you master, you really feel like a badass. And then literally you can like play a whole level without even getting hit, and that's really cool. Yeah, like you literally learn by
it's
doing.
not out on PC yet, right?
Yeah, it is.
It is.
It's on Steam. Yeah.
Does it work on Steam Deck?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I have it on PS.
Add wishlist.
Oh, and
I always wanted to play. It was just
And art style is really cool.
Yeah.
And
they added a new feature as well, replay mode, which is pretty cool.
yes. Yeah.
So you could play a mission and then replay back the whole mission and just do your own camera stuff and all that stuff, which is really cool.
crazy.
Yeah.
Did you do any gameplay recordings of it already?
Yeah, I did do a couple.
Didn't see them yet.
Oh, yeah.
No, my algorithm didn't allow me to.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What was your favorite level?
I really like the disco one.
Oh, that's a good one, level 2.
Yeah, why is it always in the games that I like the disco one?
Like disco is cool, but like the flickering, like was also like on the beat.
I think because the sound, the music was
Yeah,
cool,
music as
in the
well.
club,
And it's just like a place where people just hang out, and there are a lot of people normally in there. and you
Hitman
go-
3.
Yeah. And did anyone play SWAT 3 as well?
Oh,
Yeah,
SWAT 3,
I did.
definitely.
Yeah.
I always, when I played the game as well, I only just fired up the disco and put some music on and go and shoot people.
I really love the museum level
museum,
3.
yeah.
It was
and
so cool.
That the ink thing.
Yeah.
Around is pretty cool.
And there's one like with the light bulbs, just like throw
Yeah.
all the lamps, clink, clink, clink.
There's a bunch of light bulbs and you can just fold them out to people.
But it's like really like a really stylish art, like a museum. Really cool.
Art exhibition. And
Yeah, it's
probably ruin
amazing game.
Yeah, it's
Loved
pretty
it.
cool. And I think they're making a movie out of it now.
Really?
I think.
And it isn't that long. That's also nice. Like it's literally like replay
yeah.
value. So that's
Yeah.
the thing. Like once you finish it, you want to play it again. You want to play
Because
it again and
you can
again.
get permanent unlocks. So when you get
Yeah.
permanent
Ah,
unlocks,
nice.
you can
Yeah.
replay with those unlocks.
If you unlock, let's say 5 times, then it's like locked forever, or like unlocked forever. Yeah.
I'm getting kind of excited for the game.
Yeah,
It-
me too.
it's-
That's-
it's
that's
kind
why-
of
that's-
It's
exciting.
a great.
I was
stuff.
already kind of excited.
Yeah, me
And
too.
then
But it felt like a too high bar for me gameplay wise.
I had the same thing. I had the same thing.
But I
It
will
is
see.
challenging. You will die a lot, but then you literally get
Yeah,
better,
it
and then
depends
you feel like a
how
badass.
fun it is to
But
replay and retry.
Originally as well, there was no difficulty setting, so it was quite tough, some of the stuff. But they did add a difficulty setting.
Really?
now with the update,
I didn't know.
Yeah, they added
Might be fun for me.
Yeah, just it. And also I did like
The noob gamer.
Super hard.
cheat menu as well. So like you could buy with coins, like when you
Ah,
do
yeah, that's
stuff,
true.
like God mode or like all
Yeah,
finishers and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that.
That I don't want to do.
You know,
But
but that's
No.
like extras.
That spoils it. Ruins it. The God mode.
Yeah. But yeah,
Okay, good game.
my
Love
number
it.
4.
Number 4.
Yeah,
Cult of the Lamb.
the lamp.
The Cult
The
of the
yeah, I
Lamb.
got it on 8.
Do you know the Lamb?
Lambo.
Lambo.
Cult of the Lamb.
I platinumed that one.
Oh,
Yes.
Is that the only
Yeah.
kind of?
Is it on your list?
I know there's another platinum. Yeah, it was on my list. It was on
already-
number 8.
Oh, yeah.
Number 8.
No, wait. Oh, yeah.
Does anybody have it lower? Like on a better spot?
It isn't
No,
on
no, no, no,
Dimitri's
no,
list.
no.
Although Dimitri recommended it to me.
It was fun.
Didn't I do it? I thought I recommended it.
We
to
were
you.
playing at the same time.
Yeah.
I found it fun. But you ruined the game for me because you were playing it on Steam Deck. I was playing it on Switch, and I saw that looks way better on Steam.
I had a beef with it as well, though. I had a few shitty bugs.
Yeah, you told me. Yeah.
It literally like game stopper bugs.
Oh shit!
I didn't have those on
They're
Steam
like
Deck.
once you had like a sacrifice, like you have like a church. But it's basically like a game like Death's Door, or like it's kind of like a rogue-like with
No.
a builder.
What? It's way more managing.
Yeah, but building.
You are a lamb who has this.
Gods.
You have 4 gods, and they. There's also another god who wants to kill off those other gods and become the god once again, something like that. And the only god, and you are his disciple. Do you call it a disciple or
Disciple.
disciple? Yeah, you're gonna spread his word and try to form a cult that follows this god, and you, of course, and you start a camp, and you can upgrade that camp and gain followers. so you get more powerful and unlock stuff.
Like the art style and stuff also is very good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Animation.
Very cool.
Yes, and then you have this camp management part and upgrading and keeping your followers happy, and also a roguelike experience.
Random generated.
Small, but I feel that's a relatively small part of the game.
What?
Oh, no, it's not. No, it's
The
not
action? No, it's 50-50.
Yeah, it's 50-50.
Yeah, it's 50-50, yeah. You just get out and do all the stuff that you unlock as well. There's a lot of surprises as well, like side activities that you have.
Choose direction, like are you gonna allow drugs or are you not gonna allow drugs? So you have rules for your camp and
you can
benefit on those. But you also can like sacrifice people in your church and then you get like big bonuses.
Yeah, there's
like
a lot that you can do in
But
church.
every time that I sacrifice someone, and like it would literally the people would hang there, and then you could not move anymore. So I literally had to stop the game, exit the app, and then play it again, and then it was like in effect. And that like a lot of those game stopper bugs. That was shitty. I had a lot of those, but because I was like playing really short after release, and then without the like in the 1.0.
Yeah.
And
that was, to be honest, my biggest beef with the game was the like the combat and stuff. The
I
combat
loved it.
No, it's for me it was fine. It was just that felt done better in a lot of games with the same genre, kind of with roguelike games. Like
sure.
Hades and Dead Cells and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I was enjoying the managing stuff way more than I was the action. Every time I went to an action stuff, I was like, I guess I got to do this.
It didn't take too long, the action stuff, like 7 minutes.
But it's still, if it's 50-50, it's like, yeah.
No, I was way more, me at least, I was way more in the camp, just building and keeping my followers
it's
happy.
a fun combination. That's what I love. Like
adding followers
building
through, getting them indeed through the dungeons. dungeons
Animation,
that you do.
that was super cool. I like that.
I remember the first time a follower came up to me and he said, hey, this other follower, I think he likes to eat poop. You might have just feed him poop. If you do, I will believe in you more.
Oh, what?
And then you can
Get a trophy for it.
yeah. And you can make someone eat poop, or decide to offer that guy that asks. You get all these decisions.
That's how you get on Madse's list.
Yeah.
Listen, devs.
Yeah.
Let people eat poop. Force them to eat
I tried
poop.
it one time, and at last.
What, in real life? Or?
No, no, sorry, but I let someone eat poop in my camp for one time only, because afterwards I thought, why did I do this?
And they throw up.
every time someone would ask me to eat, let someone eat poop.
Eat daddy poop.
I would just put him in jail. Wait.
I had such a sick ass camp in the end.
Yeah, me too.
But then again, I felt like at one point I was just like OP, and then
I was insanely overpowered.
Nothing to do anymore. Just like had to get one.
Yeah, the journey is the most fun.
Yeah, true.
This game, yeah,
True. I agree.
Yep.
That was your number 4. Then we're
My
over to
number
the
4.
top 3 of 2020.
Top 3 of 2022.
I have this game that you definitely don't have on this list because it has the sickest end game of any game that I played this year.
What?
And it's Kirby the Forgotten Land on the Nintendo Switch.
Whoa. I
It's
didn't
like
have it on my
best.
list as well.
It's for me, it's the best game after Kirby on the Nintendo 8-bit.
Oh,
It's literally sick. It's fun. The vibe is good. I was playing it after what? I think after Elden Ring, and then it was literally the best thing that I could have played. Like it was nice. It was colorful. You have cool power ups, big tunes. In the final end game, you turn into a Coca-Cola truck and you look headbutt a planet, and it's all full on madness. It's great.
Do you have a physical edition?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay.
You can borrow it if you want.
You know, Mats is.
He's
I
just
love
wanted
physicals.
to check.
He's
a physical dude.
And you can play it with two. So if you have, let's say, you can just let your kid play the second one, and you do the main
You
stuff.
can play it with 2.
Yeah.
What's the second?
The second one is like a Weedle Bee or like a
Weedle
Weedle Bee, and it's just like he cannot die, and he'll just help.
It's
that's
like
nice.
It's
Tweedle
like
Bee, Tweedle Bee. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Yeah. But no, I was blown away by it. It's a very good game.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Still might play it as well.
Yeah.
borrow it from
It's
you.
like it's just like it's not that hard, but it's like it's really zen and you go smooth through it. Like level design is good. You can turn into a race
Animations
car.
are good, right?
Yeah, you can turn into a race car, into a cone, into a boat, into a lot of stuff.
So is
It's,
it like a platformer?
It's
So the
3D platformer.
platforming is really good then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
has some time trial stuff in as well.
It's fun, I think.
It's a lot of fun.
At least the
Time
demo
pass,
that I played, it was mostly
It's a
just
lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Not challenging.
My number 3 is Valheim. Like you were talking about social things, and you were talking about that you'd rather have the phone call thing with what game you were
Shredder's Revenge.
Shredder's Revenge. I did this exact same thing with a friend of mine. I don't see as often as I'd like to. But I like to do it with Valheim, which is like a Viking or crafting game, exploring. You go on adventures. I've had great adventures in the I think like 20 hours we spend on it right now, and I guess we play it bi-weekly or something, like 3-hour sessions. Yeah, super good. I don't know. You just start out with nothing, and you go hunting
In the wilds.
in the wilds.
In the wilds, not
And
the
then you-
outer wilds.
and then you explore,
No.
and then you build a settlement, and then you build more. And I personally, I also just like crafting games.
Was this the one that you
Me too.
recommended to me?
I don't know. I guess
To me, yes.
you are more than welcome to join.
Okay. Is it on Steam, PS5, Switch?
We're
Steam.
playing on Steam Deck. Yeah.
It's not on PS5.
Okay.
And not on
Yeah.
Switch as
Okay.
It's coming to Game Pass though.
Yeah, and the Xbox
Ooh.
makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, but I just
I still want to join as well, but you guys always start really early. For me, at least.
I
What's
just
that? What's early?
7:30.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it's early.
Swag.
We
In the morning, 7:30.
No,
Oh, okay.
I just like crafting games, like upgrading stuff where you constantly get like new materials and you get more stuff and
Yeah.
more stuff and more stuff. And that pacing in this game is very well done, and that's what I love about it.
That's what you said as well. To me, at least, as well, it would seem like a better social game for me than the Turtles game. Like if you're playing online and
Yeah,
having a headset
yeah.
on, like on the couch, Turtles would be fun, of course. But like as a social game for me, but phone call wise, this is just really easy going, having
It
an
is,
adventure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Even though you're still like 90% of the time talking about the game, like what are you gonna
Yeah,
do
yeah,
now? We're
but
gonna
still,
build
it's
this.
like it's not
Where are
that
we
hyper.
Yeah. It's good though. It's also mysterious. What I like, we never know what we're gonna run into.
Yeah, still want to join.
Yeah, it's cool.
Sanjeev.
Okay. My number 3 is also a game I don't think anyone's got on the list because it's an expansion. That's Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak.
Oh, I knew this.
It was a massive expansion to they always do that with their games. They always have the main game, and then they have the big expansion, which is like its own game. It's like a paid DLC. But yeah, I really love Monster Hunter. And Monster Hunter Rise, I didn't play as much as World or enjoy it as much as World. But then when the Sunbreak DLC came out, I was fully back into it. I was playing it pretty much every week. I've got like probably 300 hours into that game now. But because it's so addicting and they added so much to the combat and added loads more monsters. And basically the gameplay loop is, you're hunting monsters and then you're crafting gear and weapons and items from the monsters. But when you kill them once, you don't get everything. It's like RNG, so you have
You
to
get better at it.
yeah, you get better. And the thing is, when you first fight a monster, one thing as well which they did, which because there's no difficulty setting in Monster Hunter, but Rise was a bit too easy. But with Sunbreak, they added a few stuff to make it a bit harder, like monsters. And it's like when you fight a monster first, it takes about half an hour to beat it, or depending on your level. And then
Half an hour.
that's around about the
You never
average
played a
20
Monster
minutes.
Yeah, I did. I played
Yeah.
Monster Hunter
But
World.
then,
Yeah, that's also.
but then,
the
yeah.
monsters
the
in it.
time goes down over time, and then you get better. Then you could kill a monster in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
5-10 minutes.
That's the thing. Like for me, it took too much time for like the prepping, etc.
Yeah,
I
just-
did love the cooking. That was my highlight.
Yeah,
it looked so good.
The music in the camp.
Yeah.
was
Food
my
looked
highlight.
so good.
But that's
Yeah.
one thing I like as well is like all the management. So you have to manage like your
Yeah.
items and you're like, okay, my gear needs this certain decoration for this thing. So who do I need to kill to get this?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to kill this monster. Okay, I need to kill it like a few
Yeah.
times, and then you get that. And then I really like the online because the online I played is just playing randoms, but it's always like people put up stuff like, okay, we're hunting this monster. You know, everyone join because this is the monster hunting. So if you're having difficulty or you need stuff from this monster,
you can join.
Then you know. But yeah, it's the gameplay loop. I really, really like. It's very addictive, and it's very Japanese. The game is as well. It's got all the Japanese quirks to it as well.
And for me, as a kid, I would wanted this game to exist. I think because I would also liked.
Same.
It's a total different game, but games like World of Warcraft where you just do a raid to get to a boss. But the raid takes insanely long, and then from the boss you get the loot. But also, indeed, the chance to get the loot is you don't. You get only one piece or whatever. So. And Monster Hunter is just beating the bosses. Essentially
boss fights all
and
the
getting
time.
new gear, upgrading.
But the cool thing I like about it is the monsters, not all of them, but a lot of them, they're done so well, like in terms of the AI and animation and stuff like this. And then especially the new updates they did to the weapons, they've added so much. So just fighting a monster feels so good. So you don't mind, because the whole point is you have to fight the monster multiple times. So it has to be done in a way that you enjoy that.
Monster Hunter Rise is the Switch version, right?
Yeah, but it came
also
on
PC.
PC. So then when Sunbreak came out with PC as well.
Is Monster Hunter the game that you've gift the most? Like that you made videos about?
Probably. Along with that, and I would say
Devil May Cry.
Yes. Capcom games, but it's because there's so many monsters. And the other thing as well is the weapons. It's like there's 14 different weapon types, and it's like you could spend hundreds of hours on just one weapon type because there's plenty of depth if you go through it. Then it's like you switch to another weapon. And it's like, okay, I'm starting from square one. I'm gonna have to spend like so much time to learn this new weapon as well, and there's so much stuff you could do.
Yeah, it's cool.
Nice.
But yeah, I really liked it. It was I spent a lot of time with it. It's definitely my top 3.
I remember Monster Hunter World. I played it a lot as well. But I always, when I played it, I thought, okay, now I'm getting into it. I'm understanding it and liking it. But then I saw the amount of hours I already put into it. It was like 190 hours.
That's the other thing as well.
So I thought, what the fuck? How? Where did these hours go?
Because with Monster Hunter, that's one thing. It's like it's the easiest 100 hours like I've ever spent because
I think so as well for me in a video game.
You don't get to the end game until you get to like 100 or so hours in, and normally you think that's a lot of time. But in Monster Hunter World, that's like you're just starting the fucking end game. And it goes so fast. But yeah, I think as well, one thing what I really liked, which I did, was I played everything single player first. So I just played everything solo. If you play online, the problem is you fight a monster, which is supposed to be like this powerful monster, but everyone's rushing it. So you don't get to learn the attacks or get like a really good battle.
I just did it with a friend and just with the two of us.
But it was pretty cool. I do like the games.
Yeah.
Fun. Madse, number 3. It's Vampire Survivors.
Oh, well, that is on my list.
I think so.
Higher.
I think so. Great.
Dopamine the game.
Dopamine the game. Yes.
All right, my number 2. There was like it's like almost like a tie, but I have like one thing that weighs heavy on me that decides like the 1 and the 2 is. So my number 2 is Elden Ring.
Hey!
Oh,
that's on my list as
move
well.
it's also on my list.
Dimitri, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is you guys are gonna hate me for this. It's Marvel Snap.
Oh, because of the Martin Garrix song.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, nice.
No, it's
Really great.
So that's a
phone game, nice.
nice.
phone game. Yeah,
Dimitri,
It's great. New
This is a
not.
game that he actually puts time in.
Yeah. This is it.
How many hours?
This
How
is
many
the game.
hours do you have in
If
this
you
one?
think I've played
I wish I could see because I bet it's a lot. I wish I could see. But the creator of Hearthstone, and he made a Marvel card game.
Card battling game, yes.
And I thought I wouldn't enjoy it as much as I did. And it kind of goes with it ebb and flows. So there are moments that I can't put it down any moment. And I'm just constantly, I got a couple of minutes. Just let me, because that's what it does really well. The matches are pretty short. So you can just pick it up and play. Like Hearthstone is a lot longer a match. But this is just short and snappy.
Snap.
Yeah, you get
And you love the Martin Garrix song,
Yeah,
I know the morning games.
a team. Yeah,
Not really.
Hero.
it's really aimed towards you.
I was playing it before the morning games.
Oh, nice. You're okay.
you're
Okay, legit.
early
legit.
adopter. Nice,
Early
really great,
adopter,
great man.
But it's really good, and I really like the way they updated it. It's a very addictive game. What more can I
Dimitri
say?
loves his card games.
Yeah, that is
I
also
just love
true.
that we are now in 2023 and Dimitri has a phone game on number
I don't
2.
play for. Well, no, that's not true. I do play for.
Well, Vampire Survivors was
It's a phone
mobile
game.
But it started as a
Yeah.
PC game.
This is also on PC, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it is.
That I didn't know.
I have Marvel Snap installed, but I
Oh,
haven't played
now
it.
it's okay.
Now it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, Dim, you're still a true gamer. Nice.
Yeah.
I don't care if I'm a true gamer. I love Marvel Snap.
And Martin Garrix song.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Okay, so
anyhow,
number
so
two.
My number 2,
it starts with a V.
yes, is
Yes!
Vampire Survivors.
Oh, Vampire
Yes.
Survivors!
Vampire Survivors.
Survivors.
Nice. Is it in your list, Dimitri, by the way?
It was.
Oh, it was,
already
yeah.
passed.
Yeah, okay. But mine was on number 6. Now, how did you have it?
I
Which
think
number?
7. I'm not sure. Do we care? 6 as well. That was.
Oh, yeah,
long.
6 and 6.
I care.
Matze.
Yeah.
Yours
Matze,
is number 3.
Yeah. Number 3.
yeah,
Yes.
okay.
I played it a lot. Yes.
Yes, I played it a lot. You got me addicted
Dimitri,
to it.
Dimitri actually bought it for me.
Dimitri is the supplier,
He
yeah.
gifted it. He's a
Yeah.
drug dealer.
Drug dealer.
Yeah, dealer. Dealer Dimitri.
This game, that really was the case. I loved how it just spread.
Yeah.
I could see people.
And it's not just us, it's in the studio, like at Gorilla as well.
I remember also like
Dimitri spread the disease.
Dimitri made me play it, and I loved it. And then I saw I was live where you were playing it for the first time, and also where you
Oh,
were
yeah,
playing
yeah,
it the first time.
What did he say? Like Arjo in our studio.
He played 100 hours.
And he said, I kind of like it. And he played 100 hours.
I
For this
play
game, it's a lot.
almost every day, and I think I got like 80 something hours. So 100 hours is like what?
It's a lot.
Yeah.
But it's so addictive. It's you literally just walking around. It's just the direction keys.
A walk simulator.
A walking simulator.
Yeah.
It's a walking
This
simulator.
is the true
Yes,
walking simulator.
But it's
Yes.
not really because you're building a build.
Yes.
So it's not only walking.
Yeah,
it's-
builds.
Yes, you are
Yes.
literally only walking. You can there's not even an attack button.
Yeah.
No, but you're strategizing. You're building your build.
Also, by walking.
yeah.
By walking.
true, of
Yes.
course.
Choosing the things that happen while you walk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
True.
But yeah, it starts off with just your hitting, bats and getting those tiny,
Blue orb.
orbs.
Yeah.
Every time you get them, your meter goes up.
And make a nice sound.
Then
Bling, bling, bling.
Then you upgrade your weapon. There's more damage. Then
You
get
see more orbs
you see
appear
more
because-
orbs. And then you get treasure boxes. Then treasure boxes.
And they get
as well.
explosive cherry
Yeah,
bombs, and they get
And
coffins.
And at one point you get a treasure box and it has 3 items
Three
instead
items,
of
yeah.
one.
and
You get
5
3 upgrades at the same time.
And it's like a roulette. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna get
music.
yeah, the music.
Yeah, you're
It's
just
cool,
constantly walking around the level, and there's
Flashing
more enemies
Bibles
coming
and
at you than
crosses.
I have seen in any game ever.
And then you just go crazy, and once you're like, level 100, and you've got like 6 weapons evolved,
Yeah.
and you're a god pretty much, and you can't get killed, and you're just
Like
zoning
legions
out,
of
you know.
enemies coming.
You feel so good.
It's so good. Yeah,
Feels
it's
so good. You're like, nobody can touch me.
And also, like,
How does this game do it?
I love it
still wonder.
sometimes when you walk around and then it's like you're like a bit blocked by some boss, and then you have to like stand a bit, and then once you get everyone eradicated, you get so many gems, or you have a
Yeah.
gem magnet, and I see all these gems over the whole level.
And the crazy thing as well is, I think like for the first whole month, every time I was playing it, I was always surprised with new stuff, new
Yeah.
weapons,
Yeah.
and then even crazy stuff like sometimes you're doing a level, and then all of a sudden it starts rotating and turns into a wave, and then you end up in like a castle area.
You flash
and
over
it's
it.
like, and then when you kill one of the bosses, and then you go to menu screen, everything's upside down. Yeah, what the fuck's going on? But
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
But-
the crazy part. When you start out, you think, okay, this is the game.
It's pretty simple.
And then it just builds upon that, and it does that so perfectly. It's
And you get so many different weapons which do different stuff as well. Some weapons you're just throwing furniture, and then which is crazy. And then one is a cat, which runs around over the screen.
With
flowers. The flower cat.
Yeah,
You also have a lot of characters that you unlock,
yeah.
like the tree that doesn't move. Like really slowly it moves.
And the panda that throws bombs.
Yeah. Cherry bombs. And the cat that farts flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
You
once
finished
you've
it,
played
right?
it, once you've played it, and you see somebody else play it,
Oh,
it's the same kind of fun you're having as when you're playing it.
But also
It's like,
with
yeah, go
this
ahead.
game, when I saw Sunjeev playing, I thought, oh man, shall I continue or shall I just stop?
Why?
Yeah, because I saw all the upgrades already and stuff that happened. I
I
thought,
didn't.
For me, it was a relief because whenever I saw Sunji play, I was like, I don't have to play. Like,
yeah,
this guy is doing so well. And I,
going
and-
way harder.
And it was I was having the same kind of enjoyment watching you play.
Yeah, I had the same as well. You didn't ruin it. I just saw it happen at your screen already. So I thought,
For me, it's literally the game where I played on my Steam Deck the most.
Yeah,
I played it fully on Steam Deck, and literally it's like the reason why I use my Steam Deck.
poor Steam Deck.
Yeah.
Or Steam Deck, yeah.
What I kind of love about this game is that this concept could have been made 10 years ago. Like when you play it, it's so simple that you kind of feel like it was there, and nobody did. Nobody made it. And I don't know. It feels weird.
Because it would have been a different game if you'd had an attack button.
yeah, completely.
would- then it would have been-
Yeah.
Wouldn't have been the same, yeah.
This is the first, or maybe not the first, but it is a genre right now.
Yeah.
Because I've seen games like copies of Vampire Survivors.
That's why they put it up for free, right? Because they saw like everybody was copying it, and then they said, you know
Oh,
what?
really?
It was underdeveloped because they wanted to have a programmer who programmed it from PC to mobile because there was a lot of bugs. But they said like there's so many copycats going on, we're giving it for free. So at least they're playing this and not some cheapo
Yeah,
RAM. I
but
think
they're
for
doing
like 60
they're doing
cents or something.
advertisements as well in the
Yeah.
mobile version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can
well, that's
revive
right.
yourself.
But
when
then
you
it's still
do them.
smart.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
release
for
it
sure.
free.
Yeah.
Like the game,
official one. Yeah.
The game is €3
yeah. Still.
for a dopamine shot this big.
yeah. It's one of the best.
Right.
Best
drugs.
Buys.
One of the best drugs you can buy.
The fun thing is with Christmas, I gave it to my, I let it play by my little nephews, and they were like, I like it. And then,
Why do you give drugs to your nephew?
so I said
man.
I said like, yeah, just play this game, and it was like, and then it was like playing, and it was like, yeah, and it was like immediately into it.
I already feel bad for his dad. Stop playing.
No, it was. I played it. I had it on Steam Deck only, so I didn't.
Oh, he didn't
install
have it
on
on
the iPad.
his own. Oh, okay.
No, so it only was linked to me. So
Oh, you have the
every
Steam
time
Deck.
when Uncle Joris
Does he have an
comes and,
iPad?
he does, but
Okay,
I
he
think-
doesn't
I
know.
think- No, he doesn't know. I always bring in the toys. So
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
yeah.
But
good.
why is it also called Vampire Survivors?
Yeah, we had the discussion,
Yeah.
but I think you are the vampire,
Oh,
and you're
'cause
surviving.
You turn into a vampire.
And all these characters are vampires that are survivors. Because when you find a new character, they're always in a coffin.
It's true.
But Dracula is never there.
No, Dracula's never there. You
Is-
try to find Dracula
Is
as the
Dracula
boss.
ever gonna be in the game?
I don't know.
Maybe the DLC of the DLC.
Oh, I've just started the DLC.
Yeah, you just started it. I love watching Sunji play.
I just
Is
finished.
the DLC like is it immediately after you finish it normally or?
It's already unlocked. You
Ah,
yeah,
you can
you
just play
start
it.
it. You can start it.
Sheesh. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll start it.
It's like €1.
I bought it already.
All right,
Of course.
you big spender.
Yeah.
Hey, swag. Okay.
Yes,
Big spender.
that was my number 2.
Yeah.
What's the number 2?
My number 2. Wasn't that? Oh no! Indeed, I have a game on number 2. It is not Vampire Survivors.
Oh,
But it is a game that has been on my top 10 for a few years ago already.
Super Smash.
Persona 5 Royal.
Ah,
yes.
on your Steam Deck. Yeah, you said it always. You
I
always said
always hoped-
I'll play it when it's on Steam. Deck.
I
I
play when it's
on handheld.
handheld.
I always
coming
stopped. I
out on the
stopped the
Switch.
game, playing the game, because I thought this would be the ultimate handheld game.
And you bought it on Switch, the low res version.
Yeah, and I
For
bought
one
it on
day.
Switch, and I was already used to my Steam Deck.
And then I taunted Matze, and I laughed.
I was
laughed at him.
I
like,
was
"Ugh,
already
looks
on
ugly,
the fence because I just didn't. Persona has like these really sharp edges on around.
It's like, look at this
characters.
OLED screen. It was like, look at the low res
Yeah,
texture.
yeah. Yeah.
I love
But
how
I-
you literally.
But I
ruined that game.
completely agree. on the Steam Deck, it looks, for me at least, looks way better since it's just way sharper and like the environments on the Switch were like crunchy.
I know. Yeah. Were you able to sell your?
Yeah. And but
Your colleague, right?
yeah. But it is playable on the Switch still.
I remember he was like, "Oh, look at the OLED, nice colors."
Oh, I don't know.
I have to say this is true, Madse.
It's literally
that literally was
the colors were nice.
Yeah.
You were like, I'm
And
gonna buy it for
and that's
Switch
the thing
because it's
still.
OLED.
Yeah.
That's the thing still. Yeah, because indeed the game is very colorful, and I was hoping that it would be good enough on the Switch. For me, it wasn't because I was used to the sharp graphics on the Steam Deck, and it looked way better on the Steam Deck. But what is the game? Yes, we're only talking about how
it looks.
how it looks.
Haven't we talked about
runs.
Persona in a previous?
Yeah.
So when did it Persona come out anyway?
2016, I
Whoa,
think. Even.
5, yeah?
Yeah, when we were first in Japan, it released, I think.
Really? I thought, wasn't that Persona 4?
That's Persona 5 release date.
Sheesh.
It
was
was
PS4.
in 2016 September.
Shit, really?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes,
Crazy.
and it was on the PS3. It launched on the PS4, but it was a PS3 game at first, so it was the better version on the PS4. But they did the same already with porting it to the PS4 Pro. You could play when they
I played on PS4 Pro, I think.
they upgraded it to Persona 5 Royal, which is like sort of an expansion, but then again they changed up the entire game. They add a new story throughout the game entirely, and add a lot of side activities as well. It's an RPG, and you are like a kid who
Turn-based RPG.
turn-based RPG, JRPG. Like I think it might
Chess
be
game. That's my.
What?
Some people might call it a
Chess game.
chess game. Is that for you?
Because you turn-based, you take
That's why
turns.
you didn't play Final Fantasy VII.
When I was a kid, that was when I was a kid, though.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm taking turns in this chess.
Did you play Pokemon?
I love Pokemon Yellow, though.
Then you
chess.
love this
Yes.
game as well. It is essentially Pokemon since you're collecting personas.
No, obviously, I play turn-based now. I know. When I was a kid.
It is actually a Pokemon game.
It is. It's kind of a Pokemon game in the sense
but
that you
better.
Yes,
Yeah, definitely.
yes. It's way better executed. Since you also have some time management going on, you need to go to school, make friends, and spend time with the friends. And from spending time with those friends, you can upgrade your stats. For in the battles. And in the game, you encounter like people, angry and fucked up people who, for example, you start off with on the school that you enter. There's this teacher who molests and abuses his like other students, and you find out a way to enter his heart, and that's then the
You
dungeon.
change heart.
The dungeon where you go in and you try to change his heart, and then he needs to confess all of the shit that he did. And
You basically do that. Every level is a head.
in every level you're trying to change people that
Somebody's
are
heart,
fucked
yeah.
up. Yes, and
It's like it's like a Psychonauts does it better, but it's kind of like almost the same.
Yeah, it reminds me of Psychonauts.
Psychonauts. is
yeah,
way
it's
more
kind of the
creative.
same idea. Yeah, and but then again, the style and the vibe and the music as well for Persona 5.
Music is
it's
great.
like
That's
unrivaled
weird.
almost.
You two, I never understand this. You two guys always hate on jazz, but
yeah.
Persona.
Hating is-
What
It's
is
a
it?
big
What
word.
is it?
Hating
I
is a big
I
word.
go to bad, not good.
I'm
That was
sorry.
that's my tip of the week last
next time I will record it.
I was
You guys hate on jazz.
I forgot that you were the jazz enthusiast and really into it.
See, now you come again. You
Yes,
attack
yes.
you attack it.
Dimitri,
Because you're saying that we're hating on it.
My previous one was my tip of the week was bad, not good.
You know,
That's a jazz.
Yeah, but then why do you hate on jazz?
I'm not hating on
I'm
jazz.
not hating on it
You
as well.
always-
I hate on the free.
No.
If I'm like entering a cafe and people are like doing this free, that's the jazz that I don't like because it just makes me like unnerving and
What do you
what's
mean?
happening?
Jazz.
yeah. You have these sessions where they do. I don't know what you call it. like-
Like where they just improvise.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's for me in my head. That was jazz, But you also have the simpler poppy jazz, and that's for me Persona 5.
I like
music.
jazz, but I don't like jazz people. They remind me of people. They remind me of people at a
Yes,
bonfire
that's muses,
singing a Wonderwall with a guitar.
That's not jazz.
But those
weird.
people, like, no, man, I'm into jazz.
I'm a musician. Musician.
A magician.
No, but it was kind of like those people are the people who sit at the bonfire.
I've never met a jazz person that's like, oh, I
I've
only
met those.
listen to
I've met
jazz,
those.
blah,
I've
blah,
met
blah.
those.
They're
yes,
walking
for sure.
around like
I
that.
know.
Yeah, we're walking around like that.
Yeah. With
I've met those.
a fedora on and a scarf.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I definitely met those. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, sure.
But no, I
Musicians.
like jazz. I went to the concert, Bad But Not Good, recently. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you keep.
When did
bringing
you
it up.
recently go to a jazz concert?
Did I say the Tiponi? No.
Yeah, when did you recently go to a jazz concert?
Yeah,
I did it, but I
when you-
never said I hate jazz.
Oh, okay. Okay, great.
And basically, the movie.
But the music in Persona 5 is super good.
super
Yeah,
good. Yeah,
and it's not only jazz. No.
It's very jazz.
and Whiplash.
There's
is
a lot
jazz.
of rock music in
Whiplash
it as well,
movies,
yes.
jazz. Like,
Did you play through it? No.
I did.
No.
I did. I didn't finish it. You didn't either.
But to which palace did you get?
I got to the painting teacher.
Then that's
Number 2.
not even touching the
Number three.
start of the game.
3.
I think 3.
No, it's the
I don't
second.
But then again, Matse,
Second.
you take a shitload of time on this game. Like,
Yes.
And you've done like years.
Yeah. And I'm now 70 hours in, I think. And I still I'm now just where I was when I stopped on the playing on the PS4.
I think I put 130 hours in this game. So,
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a long
Too
game.
big for me, to be honest.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Not as big
to me-
as.
and that's
like
why
a
I
Dragon.
said it's like a perfect handheld game, since you can just on the PS4 you needed to get to the save points, and sometimes I was playing in the night and I thought, oh shit, I need to go to the save
Yeah,
point.
but that was the thrill. That's like you need to stay alive.
Yeah, that's okay, but
It's no Dead Rising. Come on, man.
yeah, it is
It is.
kind of.
It
Yes,
is.
yes.
Oh, you would like a.
But it's
climate.
for, okay. No, but that okay. Let me rephrase that,
challenging.
because that's the dungeon part.
Yeah, that's the thing.
yeah.
But you have a lot of parts where it's just waiting until you get to a save point through the story, right?
No, because when there's just a free moment, and mostly those in between you can always save. Yeah, and to my experience at least, like the dungeons is the only place where I had
Where you
trouble.
stress,
Yeah,
yeah,
where you
that's-
stress.
That's where
Because
you
I
stress. You
then-
have a timer.
Do I
you
walk
have a-
further and to see if I find a safe room?
Yeah.
Or do I need to go back to my old safe room and everybody respawns?
Yeah.
No, I get with the dungeon thing.
yeah.
I was always waiting for the hub to arrive so I could save.
There's no hub. You can save everywhere.
No, in the
In a
thing
safe
where
space.
first the rooftop is.
You can also save on the streets.
Yeah.
I didn't really.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I just didn't know.
Yeah. But yeah, it's
Persona.
one of the best games I've ever played, and I hope, just because it makes me feel like a kid sometimes. Since it's the same, it's just
It's
entirely
high
its
school. It's
own
fun.
thing,
Yeah.
and it all just fits together really well, and it has its.
I had to
own
get
vibe.
used to the agenda thing first, but
I remember.
I remember you hating this game
in the beginning because it was so confusing.
because it's time based.
You have a deadline.
You have a deadline for finishing the first dungeon.
Oh.
And he thought he'd do everything else and keep the dungeon for last, and then he
So-
didn't have.
But it, but
Yeah,
it,
you need
it
2 days
saved,
to finish
Okay.
it.
it saved like a day before. So I was like, I'm doing it a day, but then I'm game over. But then I get back to that save game. It's like, I'm doing something wrong. So I did it again. And then again, I get over. I said, like, oh, I don't understand. Like, what am I doing wrong? Because it was like, there was the first time that it was like an agenda as a deadline. So basically, I had to start all over again.
Oh, shit,
Because it
yeah.
saved at a point where you can basically not even win.
So you were like soft locked at the
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
And I
exactly,
still
yeah.
wonder if you could have won.
No, you couldn't have.
No, I
No.
don't know.
The thing is, you could have known this because they tell you.
Yeah.
No, but this was like a first time that this is like this type of game, like as in
No,
with
sure.
a-
but they're still
if
in the
you
game, they tell you.
read-
Yeah, I do read. I
If
know all
you
the
read the
stories.
I
dialogue,
don't
they
think you
say
did.
I did. I
they
know all the
literally
stories.
say don't wait too long to go into the dungeon.
Yeah. They
because
say
it
it
will
at
take
first,
time.
and they remind you constantly.
yeah.
Yeah, but still,
But
like,
you don't
I
read it,
know.
and you just skip it. I know you.
No, because why do I know all the stories then? I know all the stories.
Yeah. It's all right.
Persona reminds.
At least I
That is-
finished it
that is
totally.
Yeah, it reminds you a lot. Even when you're far into the game, it still reminds you constantly. Oh, maybe we need to go and change this art.
Yeah, but then after once I knew it, then I did
Yeah.
did it immediately, and then the rest I chilled.
Very good.
But it was an annoying start.
I have a lot more
Yeah.
fun this time around, though, since I now know all the mechanics and how to build up my personas and make them stronger. So
Swag.
it's easy now, easy run. Great.
Then we
So,
are at number.
let's talk about God of War.
Yes.
Wait, you did not have it.
God of War was his number one.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
is it
your
the one?
number one is
So
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring.
So you
Elden
didn't
Ring.
have Elden Ring.
Elden Ring
in
on
top
number
10?
2.
It's number 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but mine number 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, I forgot.
And I said it is. I put more hours in Elden Ring, and I really loved it. Like the immersion and going in there, it was frustrating. It was nice, but it was also the game that's literally on my mind. Like I would come home and play it because it was literally it was like a blessing to be there. I loved being there. I loved the dungeons. I loved the escapism. But
Let's talk God of War.
Yeah, let's talk.
let's
about
talk God of War first. Exactly. So God of War is one of my favorite franchises of all time. I've played all of them.
Even the mobile game.
Is
Even-
this your favorite
yeah.
franchise of all time?
On one of them, yeah.
One
God
of
of War.
them. Okay.
Yeah, I'm always been a God of War fan. Really loved the previous one, the 2018, and was really looking forward to this one. Played it, was blown away by it. It does have a lot of dips, like as in pacing wise, but the story kept me going, and then it's like it's always wanted to know what would happen with the story, and then this compared to Elden Ring. Elden Ring is more like I want to be there and I don't even know what the fuck is going on. But when I look back and I finished God of War, also platinum, that like it's nice. I wrapped put a wrap around it. It's a nice box, put it in my head, and it's a finished story. And it's a very nice memory that I have with it. And Elden Ring is like a blur, which I love to be in. But it's for me like I have no idea what the fuck the story was about. I don't know where these rehashed dungeons came about, and for me, God of War was just like a nice like.
But why are you comparing those two?
Yeah,
Because for me they were equally
Oh,
nice.
that's
like,
good.
Yeah,
That's the
trouble
first. Okay.
probably.
Yeah.
Choosing
Yeah.
it.
One
Yeah,
of the two,
yeah.
exactly.
Oh,
One of
okay.
the-
Because if you look at the numbers, I put more time in Elden Ring,
Yeah.
which I could still go back to, and God of War I totally finished, and I don't need to go back to.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like a nice closed chapter, and I have a good memory about it, and I store the box. And
Because I'm gonna be honest with that, is that I was kind of disappointed with God of War, in the sense that I feel like there are too many issues, and it's weird though because I really like the 2018 version, and I can see there's so much artistry in the second game as well, and professionalism, and it's just all over. It's a very good game. It's just some things bug me, and I don't feel like and I don't feel like I had that with the 2018 version. Pacing is all over the place for me.
yeah,
I have huge dips where I'm like, all right, I've got to continue.
Ironwood
but
was for me the low point.
there are after that it just goes like this for me, it's up and down.
Yeah, yeah. I think I had the similar issue as well. It's still a really good game. It was number
Yeah,
5,
yeah.
number 5 for me. But the issues I had with it was it was very much up and down. But it got to points in the game where it was like I was picking it up, and it became a little bit of a chore to get through the levels. And I think a lot of the levels had that, crawling through the wall and then going under stuff, and a lot of that kind of going through the narrow things. It did it quite a lot. And then even like there's a lot of like the story sections, like the walking and talking sections, which are fine, but I felt like they went on for too long in some of the stuff.
Yeah, and too long in the sense that it was mostly just for me, not really going towards something at that moment.
Yeah.
It's just having some like regular conversations and taking way too long for them. At least when you don't, just don't really like maybe the story for Atreus, and that's just because my personal. I think I don't really connect to him or something. I don't get his choices.
No, me neither. But it's for me. It's like it's a final of like from God of War 1. Like the story continues as his love of Kratos and his stories.
Yeah,
I think I had a way different idea on where it could have gone. But yeah, that's just
yeah.
me.
But and I thought the 2018 like as a package, just story wise, is a lot more tight. More focused. I did feel
more mysterious also.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like the mystery that the world around you. You don't get to see a lot of it.
Yeah, but I think this one was bigger though. Like I think 2018, like it starts with the stranger. Like this is the best fight in gaming history.
Yeah.
But then you fight one dragon, which is cool. But the rest is like a bit small. And then this one was way more like epic fights, like bigger, cooler set pieces.
This one,
this one, yeah.
Because I
you're not fair.
No, some friends that I have that finished it.
Yeah.
Know one really well.
Well, I think compared to if you're comparing it to God of War like 3, for instance, it doesn't have that traditional like big epic like.
No, I was comparing to 2018.
Oh, 2018.
That doesn't have any like. Yeah, you have the dragon fight, the giant fight, and there's some stuff in, and also even when I don't know what the name is of the snake that comes out of the water.
Oh yeah, you're good.
Yeah, and that was awesome. But a friend of ours who Pachilau, he also said like it didn't really have and he didn't really feel as epic as the first one. So
it's like that
demotivated me as well.
And I do have to say that one of the most confusing menus of all time.
Oh,
that is for sure.
Yeah, UI.
It's like the menus are a mess.
And it's like there's the thing. One thing I liked was the combat. I liked it more than 2019. They did a lot of stuff to improve it. Especially the blades felt more punchy, used from the start.
Yeah.
And I like that in like the first 2018 game, you had like the runic attacks for like some of the weapons, but some of those are built into your moveset now as well. Like if you hold down triangle and stuff like that. But the whole gear system and adding all the different abilities and armor and just the way the menus are done.
The first one didn't have that, right?
It did, but it didn't feel like it was as much
overwhelming.
As this, There's still just so much that I just gave up like halfway
I think
through.
that and the projectiles and then those are the only things that really annoyed me. Like you have like if there's on-screen off-screen attack, it goes yellow, then it goes red, and then when it goes red, you dodge, but then after that you get attacked. And
Because that's the other thing as well is the close camera. With the combat, I did wish that it was just a little bit further back because it can get claustrophobic, especially when you find multiple enemies, and it can be very frustrating. Where you're like, especially if you're playing on like a high difficulty, where it's like it shouldn't be this hard or difficult because it's not something you're doing. It's more like enemies seeing you off screen.
Yeah.
Because you can't see them.
And
I
think
had the same thing with like
the
collecting or like a green orb to collect your health, and then sometimes like kind of struggling to get back and I don't know.
Except for those things, like I really love like stories in games, and then for me,
I love stories in games as well.
Yeah.
that's my main thing. I think in games nowadays, anyways.
I just and I don't know. It feels like a chore to get through this.
I really love the story beats. That's the thing.
And if a game does that, it means it's doing, for me personally, something wrong. And I cannot 100% put my finger onto it because I do still think like everything like graphics.
For me, I just wanted to.
It's insanely well made.
It's insanely well made. And that kind of annoys me that I'm having.
Maybe
a
I'm
hard
too
time
spoiled sometimes as well.
To it. No, it's not. I don't think it's spoiled because I'm enjoying fucking Marvel Snap or something, right? You're enjoying Warzone, right?
Yeah, it's true.
So I don't think it's spoiled. It's just I don't know. Something just doesn't click.
But for me, it literally it got me like the way The Last of Us got. Like when I was working, I wanted to get home to play it. And I wanted to get into it, and then I had that with God of War.
Yeah,
so.
I had that with Last of Us. I didn't have that with God of War.
Okay.
The first one I had it.
Yeah, I had with the 2018 version.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it was the 2018 one. I completed it over like a weekend. Because
I think so as well. A really short time.
Matze also has a grudge because he was supposed to get a free code, but he didn't. That's why he's like already 1 point minus.
But yeah, but he does do a lot of stuff really well. Oh, and the there's a side like a
Yeah, I'm almost there.
yeah, there's like a side
The crater or
the
something.
crater
Yeah,
area, which I thought was like one of the best parts of the game. Is so cool because there's so much
Hear
stuff.
everybody about
Yeah,
that.
because it's so open and the way it's designed, the level design is so cool. Because
Okay.
that was one thing I had a little bit of a gripe with the main game with some of the level design, especially like when you're going through, it felt very narrow kind of thing.
Yeah.
What is the crater? The crater is like with the dragons. You mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
Because
part.
it's very open and
Yeah.
you do the water and everything and,
And
you
I-
lock stuff.
I think it's what you just
that's
said.
a
Indeed,
good one,
the
yeah.
narrowness of the game may I just sometimes because it feels then gamey because of you have some restrictions on your movement, right? Like you see the environment, but it always is just the road that you're kind of following. And normally I don't really matter since the first one had that as well.
No,
I
the
think.
first one had like the open world hub
Yeah,
as like, you would always continue. So
yeah,
it's like
you could go
that
around
bit
it.
space
Yeah.
with a few corridors, and
Yeah,
here it's
yeah,
more
yeah.
like everything is on itself.
Yeah,
It's a bunch of
That
big
might be
corridors.
the main thing.
So you don't
where
feel
I-
cohesive in between
Yeah.
worlds because it is literally all different realms where you don't feel a connection. Which in the first one you go to the middle, you turn the wheel
Yeah.
and then your thing opens. So it's like this is the main world, and then you have the other one,
Yeah.
and here is just one door and yeah.
The thing that annoys me is that I do have moments I really enjoy.
Oh man, that's-
like the first Thor fight.
Yeah.
the moment that
very
you
good.
get to Asgard as
The
well.
moment
I
that you
really
get to
loved.
Asgard, that scene with Odin, like Odin in general, I feel
It's really a
great.
great character.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a great character.
Yeah.
It's also
But then
because,
it
of course,
fucking dips again,
then-
and I'm like,
Did you have the bar fight? Yet?
Oh, that was
No.
really,
That was really
really good.
I don't think I have.
It's later on in the
Oh,
game.
man, it's
Okay.
great. And but also like the running scene, that was like sometimes it
Oh,
switches
yeah,
up the
that
pace,
was
and then
so
it's like
cool.
yeah, and that's the thing. I think I would love the game way more if it were just a bit shorter, like the in between
I have
parts.
the same thing. So I do sessions, right? I have like 2 hour
Yeah.
sessions.
Yeah,
And,
me too.
And sometimes I that's what annoys me is that I have sessions that I play
Empty.
2 hours
Yeah.
and I'm like, I didn't really enjoy this session.
Yeah.
And then I have a session that it's 2 hours and that was
that's-
fucking amazing.
yeah.
And the way that it goes like that, like up and down.
Yeah,
that's
it's
what
it's
annoys
also
me.
maybe
like a 6-hour session.
yeah.
yeah, it's
I
maybe
bet that
about
helps. I
the
bet that
time
helps.
that I can put into it.
Yeah.
That might be the biggest problem, since I didn't indeed have these empty sessions where I just driving around in a sled and hoping to do something cool in these 2
But
hours.
I'm also like I literally enjoyed like completing it, like getting all the side missions, etc.
Yeah, but I think that made the biggest thing for us, at least as fathers. Now, did you have like a few hours in the night that you can play, and then
No, I don't know because Sunjeev's kind of in our camp, I guess, a little bit.
Hey, you put it on
And-
6,
yeah,
right?
but on a, I think on a different.
Yeah, well, obviously I play on the weekends. During a week, I'll probably play like a couple hours each day.
Yeah,
Unless you're watching Breaking Bad, then you just go.
Then,
just continue all night. Yeah,
But then also, because I'm also capturing stuff as well. So sometimes I'm like, I just can't play after this capture. But yeah, no. Overall, I really, really liked it. There were just moments in it where it was like the other 4 games on my list, because it was number 5 for me, just where I didn't have as many issues bringing them down. That's why it's number 5.
That's the thing. It's not a bad game.
Yeah, no,
it's
obviously.
super well done.
And the thing is, what I'm waiting for, because I really want to go back to it, what I'm waiting for is the New Game Plus. Because on the 2018, that New Game Plus, but on there, you could skip the cutscenes and stuff like that, which you can't do when you replay now. And obviously, because I've played through and done the cutscenes and stuff, I don't want to replay, watching all those unskippable stuff anymore. Because there's some cool fights and areas in the game which I want to do again.
Yeah, for me, it's literally like the combination of the action and the production value and the story. Like for me, is like everything I want to play. Like for me, it's like The Last of Us 2
Yeah, and
Like,
I
yeah.
think it would
And
be
I mean,
if the story beats would have been closer together to my to the
But it's
experience
worth,
that I have. Yes.
It is worth because it has some like really cool
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
that it
I will
changes
finish it.
up.
I will
Yeah.
finish it.
I already noticed that.
But the thing
since-
is, it's exactly what I would want in a game as well.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
just didn't really click on all the parts for me.
Yeah.
the parts in between, like the
Yeah.
stuff where you need to sort of cross off stuff, it feels like a chore indeed, because it's indeed it can be a
It feels like busy work for me.
busy work. Yeah.
No, I like busy work.
And then all
Yeah,
the stuff
I
in
know,
between.
I know. You like your
is awesome.
lists. Just do your list.
But I'm
already.
still very curious.
But
on
no,
how it
but
ends.
it's like even like the story is like it's a really nice.
It ends really well and really nice,
No, no.
great.
Well, I do have some
Yeah.
nitpicks, but it'll be spoiler territory. But
Yeah, we're
start
not
talking about
gonna
the
do that
ending, so-
because we don't want to
Yes,
spoil it
no.
for you. Normally on this podcast we would spoil.
Yeah,
it.
we can move out and you can
if-
just have
If
have a talk about
people
it.
want the spoiler talk, put your comments in.
Yes,
the
comment and
Yeah.
like on our podcast.
and then we'll do an episode about spoiler stuff.
But let's talk about your number one and my number two,
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring.
That's
Yeah.
my number one.
Yes.
That's my number one.
Yes.
For Dimitri as
Number
well.
one. Yes.
Yes.
Oh shit.
And I didn't even finish it.
Oh.
Because it's yes, again, it's too big. But for the I think like 35 hours I spent into it, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's surprising, and that's I don't know. That's what I like about games as well.
I think
I
we had
like
this,
it
Either a great
Yeah.
story or surprising stuff.
I think we had this conversation already, me and Sunjeev, that it kind of reminds me of starting putting up an old game that you know nothing about, and even
Yeah,
though I played
yeah, I can see
the Souls games, of
Learn
course,
by doing.
you always just get thrown into this world which has its own mysteries and all the stuff that you can unlock, and weird characters that can be total random, the environments as well.
Yeah.
And it still all has its kind of works together, but you are just a player and the world has doesn't care about you almost.
Well, the thing is, you're being dropped in like a. I don't know. It feels. I don't. It feels made for people to play with, kind of.
Yeah.
It feels.
Did anyone of you watch the old Dungeons and Dragons cartoon?
Yeah, it kind of feels.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me it feels most like that, since they also go into like a theme park ride and then they get thrown into this fantasy world with all dangerous stuff and whatever.
And-
And you
yeah.
never know what happens, and that's
And
for me
yeah.
Elden Ring as well.
And it's very much felt like a old school game. It reminded me of a kid, like when you're playing these games like Zelda,
Yeah,
fantasy
yeah.
games, and it's like, you know, you're exploring and you don't know where you're going, but
Yeah.
then you discover new people or new enemies, and then you're learning about them and you're just figuring out how to fight them. And the thing is, I thought visually it looks really good, like the art direction.
Yeah.
Very good.
Definitely.
Like
yeah.
technically it might not be, but
No.
Yeah, that's the
but
thing.
art
It's
direction,
visually art direction. Is
So it's like
sick.
when you
Yeah.
discover like these castles and stuff like that, and it's really cool.
And I think once again for this game as well, even if you would look after when technology evolves and the games will look even way better than they do now,
Yeah.
this will still, like the environment, still have its own charm.
And the other thing as well is it reminded me when I was like when sometimes people say, oh, you know, you have to, you know, go to like online, you know, check documents or YouTube or whatever to
Yeah.
figure out certain things.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, yeah, it's you're trying to figure out stuff on your own, but it feels like, again, it felt old school where you're like, you're looking for like a book or something to
Yeah, or
teach
even
you
at
know,
school,
or
right?
at school where
Yeah.
you're like figuring out, oh, how do I do this?
Yes.
Or you get a magazine that'll tell you this is how you do these secrets and stuff. And when it came out as well for like the first 3 months, it felt like it's very much like a community game.
You're all playing it together.
Everyone's
Most
playing
those
together,
games
discovering
are, though.
stuff, you know.
all the dogs,
Yeah,
yeah.
And that kind of feeling is like, it's like it's very unique, and you don't really get that often.
And what I liked about this is that this felt the most approachable for me, at least.
Yeah.
And that's mostly because you can spend as much time as you want in different areas.
Yeah, you can choose
level
where to
up.
go. Yeah, you're not,
And-
and you
and-
can also choose that in, for example, even in Dark Souls. But then again, you don't have that much freedom as you have here.
No,
No,
so
it's
you're
way
repeating.
bigger.
So
Yeah.
you're repeating the same thing constantly in
Yeah.
Dark Souls. Whereas I
Yeah.
feel in Elden Ring, if you clear a zone,
Yeah,
like literally clear it, then you probably strong enough to beat the boss to get to the next stuff.
but I also love that when you when you've played other Souls games, then when you have some of these skills, like the blocking and just the general
Parrying,
fights, like if you have them in your head, then you can. For example, a friend of mine, when you walk out of when you first get into the open world, there's
The
this,
Golden Knight.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you have the golden knight, but you also have a giant on the left. When you walk out, there's a giant on the left, and
go to
a
the
friend of
beach.
mine who never played it thought, "What the fuck? How do I, do I fight this?" And I first try, I got it, and I thought, I just played it like I would play any Souls game, so it still respects the skills that you build up in these games already, and then changes it up still. But
Does it though?
Yeah, well,
No.
The
It
thing
actually rehashes a lot of stuff.
it rehashes as well, but
Unnecessary.
Unnecessary.
I think, like, for me, if the game was smaller and they would just eliminate a few of the dungeons where they just rehash one of the
Oh,
bosses.
you mean the mini dungeons?
Yeah, the mini dungeons.
Yeah, okay, but I didn't talk about those.
Okay.
Just the general Souls games.
Oh, like that.
yeah,
Okay,
well, they did add a jump to this one,
Yeah.
which did change a few stuff because then you could jump attacks.
And the horse.
And the horse as well for the
Horse
I did a lot of horse fights.
Horse is
Horse cheese, you mean?
Horse cheesing.
Yeah, but there's no such thing as cheese in the in the game,
No, there's no such
That's
thing
the
as
thing,
cheesing.
It's cheese as
Even
well.
co-op is not cheesing.
No. But yeah, it's
And not gatekeeping. No.
no.
Play however you want.
Play however
Exactly.
you want.
Yeah.
Yes,
Even if you can not good.
Yeah. But
I don't want to finish it, so
but yeah,
This
it
is
was,
more about the old Souls games.
Yeah, the old Souls games. Yeah.
the boss fights. I thought the boss fights were really cool.
Yeah.
It did a
You wanted the combat to be different, right?
I thought I kind of wish the combat was less
Souls game,
Dark
like,
Souls and more like Bloodborne or Sekiro, where it's like more concentrated. It's like because they don't really have build variety. Because then you have a lot of enemies and bosses are balanced towards that single play style.
Yeah.
Whereas here it felt like there's so many different play styles. Some of the bosses weren't balanced correctly. But still, I really enjoyed
was it too easy for you?
No. It's still a difficult game. Yeah.
I just had to think of a friend of ours named Dylan who
Oh, yeah,
plays
yeah.
a lot of shooters and Borderlands 2, and this game blew up, right?
Yeah.
Everybody was talking about
Everybody
it.
was
Ring,
playing
the
it,
next
yeah.
one.
Everybody was playing Elden Ring.
Insane reviews. Yes.
Yeah. And he was like, you know what? I
He's the
bought
most-
Elden Ring.
Yeah.
And he never
And we
got
asked
past that
him-
Golden Knight.
The tutorial and then finished.
Yeah, kind of like it. Yes. Yeah.
And then we saw him play his
Why do you want to play it? Because I like Lord of the
Is he
Rings.
supposed, is he supposed to kill me in one hit? And am I supposed to feel like I'm shit?
shout out to Dylan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that was really cool as well. It's like when you were playing it, it's like when we were talking about it, like, oh, someone went here.
Yeah.
I like different paths and discover.
Yeah,
different
everybody
things.
has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the combat was still. I still really enjoyed it. I wish it could have been a little bit different, but it was still really fun.
And I think the most the thing that attracts me most to these games is not even the fighting, or I just want to discover stuff.
Yeah, the atmosphere and the
Yeah,
world.
just see what is like out there again, and
The
this
mystery.
game.
And that's what I kind of agree with Jorrit, that I love, like God of War Ragnarok. I loved it to be a bit shorter, where I felt like where I was heading, a lot of stuff was starting to get rehashed, and that's kind of
Do you mean the dungeons, the mini dungeons, or the world?
dungeons and the walkers, like the big stone walker stuff, and
Yeah, but
a
I
lot
mean-
of stuff. Like people were saying that it kind of reinvented open world, but I didn't feel like it did that, because a lot of stuff are still activities, right? You have like activities across the world that are the same.
I wonder how deep.
clearing out.
Clearing out, or you
yeah.
have even
Oh yeah.
circle
You're
things.
still
You have-
clearing out stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
you have just activities, but
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
don't call them activities and they don't put a marker on it.
Yeah.
That's the big difference. They're just there.
The difference is
That
that they
also
don't.
I found
accept-
annoying. Sometimes like, oh, this person is over here, and I did later the update they did it, And I understand that you have to like write down, oh yeah, this person like Sebastian or something is over here at this tree on this map. And then
that's
like,
where the community comes in.
And then
That's what I like.
Oh yeah, I've got this key, but I have need to find. And then first need to find what is the name again. I have to remember, and then I have to like write it. It's like, come on, I just want to fast travel, like and boom,
Just
get
Google
on,
it.
Get on. Yeah, I know, but.
Yeah.
But
These games are the one where I don't feel bad when I'm Googling stuff.
No,
exactly.
of course not. Yeah.
but again, the thing like for like playing it was kind of like Zen. Like I would go out of work and I'll be, you know what, I'm gonna clear out a dungeon. Zero interest in story, but just like combat and challenge. It was challenging, combating, and then I finished it and I felt good, and then I'm gonna close it down. But I didn't learn anything new, but it was just like nice playing it.
Yeah, I can see that.
So
Yeah, but I
was
kind
good
of
about
have
it.
like still have a
Story-wise.
fantasy about what happened here, and then
Yeah,
they talk about
because-
stuff. I still make up shit in my own head.
But
Yeah,
the
that
finishing, how dissatisfying was the ending?
The ending.
Yeah.
Oh, when you become the Elden Lord.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like,
Yeah.
what the hell is this? And
But
then
isn't that
Kirby
for
had a better ending.
for me, every Souls game kind of has that kind of ending. The
That's
journey
true.
is way more
I
interesting than
didn't
the end.
finish it though.
No, not
No,
on
but
the
like
end,
Kirby
but I
has
saw
a
the
good
ending.
ending.
But also I did enjoy some of the like you're saying, like the world and atmosphere, but then some of the stuff you learn like through the characters,
Yeah.
like the witch character, and we played the wolf character as well. And there's even
Blade.
Blade. Blade. Hello, mate. But and like for instance, there was when you fight Malekith, the death. But before you do that, you find an item in that area which is like called the blasphemous claw, and it's the only weapon you can use to parry the boss. Only when he does his sword. But then on the description, there's a few sentences where they talk about this blade was given to the character Davani the witch for like defending against the death if he ever like turned or whatever. And it's like it's a cool bit of lore, but it gives
you a gameplay insight.
But it's also the lore is pretty cool. And then when you fight the boss as well, and then when you're using it for parry, you kind of understand this was given in defense of that sword, and it adds more to like the fight and the actual world and stuff. That kind of stuff is cool, but it's obviously it's not told in traditional way. It's not told in like cutscenes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you have to seek it. Unless if you don't, then you don't really get that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
I like that approach.
It
It's
is
just
cool.
you need to get into it. Yeah.
I think even was it Neil Druckmann that he said like he wanted Uncharted to be more of a
Not
more.
Uncharted. He's
General,
in environmental storytelling. He's interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they so we already discussed as well. I think they do that already quite well.
To me, like people underestimate how good Naughty Dog is at environmental storytelling.
Yeah.
If you play Uncharted 4, you can have Nathan Drake's story, or you can have Francis Drake's story.
Yeah.
And you'll miss Francis Drake's story if you're not interested in all the notes, but also in just looking around.
Yeah.
So you can already notice that he's very interested in doing that.
And Last of Us 1, you have the Ish story, of course.
The whole Age story is so good. Yeah.
So they already had that kind of, but they can add up to that.
But
I would love that.
You can definitely see that they try to up it constantly.
It makes the world more alive, and that's what with Elden Ring as well.
For me personally, Elden Ring is still a bit too obscure in that sense. It's not environmental storytelling only because you also need to.
Yeah.
Like the writing is just sometimes really vague
And
purposely so.
I sometimes just wish it was more like a package because I still don't know what the fuck is going on.
No.
I know that they killed a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And then this
shattering.
The
shattering.
And then like there's a cool boss fight. And then there's Volcano Manor. I have no idea why it is. And then there's like this beast, and then the woman disappears, and then it must make sense. And then there's like this big cauldron where just a bunch of shit happening.
Explain us the story, Sunjeev.
Yes, it's about a character called a Tarnished. That's you.
Tarnished.
On a journey to become the Elden Lord.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's
And at one point you are the Elden Lord, and at the end, and then it's go to black, and that's it.
Also, there's a character called the Dung Eater as well in the game.
The
Dung Eater.
Yeah, exactly.
Dung Eater.
All right, I think we're at. Shall we do a tip of the week or the?
I think we're running 2 hours and 16 minutes.
Yeah,
I see,
that's
so-
true. Maybe that's for the normal episodes.
Yeah. This is we'll do that next time. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for watching and listening, and be sure to subscribe and like and comment, etc. Because we read
you, everybody.
all the
Thank
things.
you.
And see you next time for our. We don't know what we're gonna do. Are we gonna do another top 10, another top 10, or another
movies and series.
And also, if you want us to watch something or play something and review it, drop it in the comments.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, and see you soon.
Doei. Dikke doei. Like and deel.